Dragons and Dice.
What's up, my derps? It's your boy, Grjorn. Hey, that's me. And this is going to be another terrible week for me because I don't get to play. Oh, boo.
Boo. Boo.
Oh. Thank you.
Sorry.
Now I feel better. Okay. Welcome to the DD&D show. Thanks for all the new follows. Is that Stegosaurus Rex? Hi, buddy. I'm Greg. Thanks for the chats. Welcome back, Becky, from her vacation. Look at that sweet tan that looks pink in the camera right now.
I'm not just pasty anymore.
I actually took her pastiness,
Oh, no.
Oh, attaboy.
as you can see.
Yeah.
You're becoming translucent.
Everything is clear now. I can see clear. Anyway.
Is Peter turning into a mind flayer?
Oh, wow.
Those are
Translucent.
So this week on the twitch.tv/derpweb, we are going to get back to our regular schedule. This previous week has been kind of a weird one where we have to give a shout out to Peter for being the only one that streamed content this week.
Oh, my God. What was your guys' excuse?
You're doing it, Peter.
You're
It wasn't my Wednesday.
Yeah, it was not his Wednesday. It was broken leg Thursday, and then I wasn't home in time to help Amanda. And then yesterday I was having a boys' night, or Friday I was having a boys' night. And
Totally
it was
fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm kidding.
And then I went fishing. So, this week we will be following up with Ty on the DDM Wednesday, DDNM. So don't forget to check that out. And hopefully we'll get somebody on with him this week so he's not by himself.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I don't like playing with myself.
We're always by
Okay.
ourselves.
Hey.
Just quickly, our YouTube has been completely overhauled, and there is all of our music playlists are up there now. I've separated them out into different scenarios. People were saying that they really appreciated that, and that helped. Also, all of our content from Twitch is now porting over to YouTube, which is really cool. So if you want to go back and watch some of the stuff, to be fair, to be honest, I did miss some of our earlier stuff, which is unfortunate. I didn't download it off Twitch in time, but that's on me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And we've had a huge jump in subscribers over there. I believe we're at 215 or something, which has been good. Speaking of jump in subscribers and followers, we are, what did you say we're at? 320?
It was 326 last time I looked.
Woo! Oh, and we just got another, so it must be 327.
Damn, girl.
Yeah, so thank you very much for all the new follows. Don't forget to check us out on Discord as well. We are very active on the Discord. Probably one of the coolest communities I've been in, and mostly because we started it, but it's because
We're not biased.
yeah, no, but I try to peruse other Discord communities, and some are easier to deal with than others, and I try to make sure that we are very welcoming and open and honest with everybody. We've got a really great group
Absolutely.
there.
And we have a pet channel, so,
Yes,
that's what's up.
yes, and John Keating's new puppy is adorable.
I haven't seen it. I haven't been away all week. I haven't seen it.
And just
Can
as,
we
just
get
as
a
we
dog?
said it, Stegosaurus Rex, join the Discord. Thank you. Stop it.
Thank you for joining,
I want a
Stegosaurus.
puppy.
Oh, no. It's a little lamb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
No,
adorable.
it's golden.
It's golden. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the announcements that I have. Does anybody else have anything they need to add?
You guys should have told me.
I think, last week.
Oh,
Or the week
Peter, come
before.
on. Don't even be humble. You cracked that 2,000 on TikTok, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You're fucking,
yeah.
you're amazing.
Yeah.
TikTok
That's almost a
content.
million.
It's a fraction, yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
I love your stuff over there. man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Fucking-
I
it
love
cracks me up
Peter's
every time.
TikTok.
It fucking cracks me right up.
Thank you so much. It's I just need to be creative and do something stupid like that every now and then.
Sometimes
But,
I'm like watching it and I'm like, I know who that's about.
Why'd you look at me? Sorry, Peter. I did cut you off, but we had to make sure that you were well spotted. Also, thank you very much, Vic.
Oh, thank you, Vix. 3 months in a row.
Mhm.
Fantastical.
If you are a fan of Arrested Development style comedy, I believe Peter's channel is really the place for you. So,
Ooh, that's a good version of the way of saying that.
yeah.
It's the right level of awkward.
I just like
To
with
make it,
that
yeah.
that video of ours that you just put it, I think yesterday,
that
of
was
our
so
like
funny.
the oh fuck, yeah. That's all I
Yeah.
could hear in my head at the end. It's
So
like-
good.
That and like that was a good one to put out. So check that out if you haven't. It's on
go check that out.
on the other things. But on Monday, we'll be doing Magic Item Monday. So we'll
Nice.
be making magic items on D&D with me world building. And speaking of D&D with me, we just released a new video.
Yes, you did.
It's on like event tracking in your campaigns. So check that out. And some more stuff's to come within the next few weeks. Excited, just trying to keep that train going. So I hope y'all are enjoying it. And thanks so much. This headphone is giving me massive issues today. So we might just say never mind to it. Anyways,
Just before we jump in, also, I'm going to let people know that I will be drawing throughout the stream. I'm not sure what I'm going to draw. I'm just going to start on something. Last week we had a plan, or last session we had a plan. This time I don't, but that's because I don't get to do anything on this campaign or this episode because I am turned to stone. My character
You
is
never
stone.
know. We might bring you back before the end of the episode.
Great. I
It's
would
the
love
only
that.
way to keep Greg from bursting in.
Basically,
Keep him.
Mhm.
keep me occupied.
keep him
He's like a toddler.
contained.
He still had some comments last time.
Go to your pen, Greg.
Yeah, I'm out. This is it.
Go to your corner.
The timeout for Greg. All right, Peter, take us away.
Alrighty then. So, previously on Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice, as the party takes stock of the aftermath from the Battle of Azusa and Azala, they quickly saw that Grjorn had been turned to stone. As they rushed to find a cure for the petrified Grjorn, they believed the town was in on the trap. Cypher disguised themselves as the recently deceased Azala and went looking for information. After quickly discerning that the denizens of the Valronsa way stop had no idea what was going on, Cypher dropped the guys and looked for help from the local healer, Scylla. As word spread throughout the town, panic quickly set in, and a crowd began to gather around the ruin where the Medusa once laid. Scylla, thinking quickly, found the reagents needed to restore the skin to flesh, which is within a day's travel or so from the way stop. Although they only have 6 days before the petrification fully takes hold. With 1 day down, they now have 5 days to save Grjorn. As you all wake up rested and refreshed, and Grjorn wakes up more stonier than ever in your newly, commandeered home of the sunken ruin, the day is yours.
Finders keepers, man.
I would like to go for a walk.
Okay, where are you going?
Into the town.
Okay.
I would like to
Like,
procure some items.
For sure. Okay, so you at the crack of dawn, you wake up Wawatesi. Well, you're never really asleep, are you?
Nope.
And you take the 10-minute walk to the town, and you can see the skiff masters preparing their ships for a day of travel. You walk into the town. Which shop are you going into, or which person are you going to speak to?
I would like to get some medicines, traditional medicine.
Okay, so knowing from your last discussion with Scylla, the local town healer, you go back to her little modest hut with a little draped door over, and you can see a small light begin to turn on in the window. As you poke your head in, you see Scylla getting ready for her day, and is kind of just gathering things with her back turned to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, well, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Just getting the day ready. Do you have everything you need for the discussion? Oh, sorry, the potion making with for Grjorn?
No, not yet. But I wanted to know if you had some other things that I'm looking for.
Well, I'm sure I do. It's if it's looking for things of a healing nature, I have it.
I am looking for some cedar leaves
Yes.
and some braid of sweetgrass.
I'll have to take a look in the back for you.
It doesn't have to be braided. I could braid it myself.
All right.
And some sage leaves, please.
All right. You give me a moment, and you see she kind of walks past this little it's not really a shop. This is more like a doctor's office, if you would. And she kind of walks over to this cabinet, opens up this large cabinet, just and you see all these little tinctures going through and going through shelves herself, and she's pulling them out and looking and going, no, that's not it. No, that one's not it. All right. All right. So I do have these. Well, I have everything you need. How much did you need of it? Just
a small handful of each.
small handful. All right. Well, I'll tell you, the cedar and that's easy to come by. You're looking for the sweetgrass, and that's a little bit difficult. I might have to ask you to pay for a little bit of these. Is that all right?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. So she gets together this little bundle in this little like hempen sack and puts them on the table, and also like just kind of throws them in there for you. A little handful of cedar, a little handful of the sweetgrass, and what's the other one? Sorry.
Sage.
And sage. She looks up to you and she says, "Oh, the sage I just grew in my backyard there, so don't worry about that. And the cedar is fine. We get a little the cedar pretty easily around here. Okay, but I'm going to need to charge you 3 gold for the sweetgrass, if that's all right."
Yes, that's fine.
All right. And so she kind of bundles all these things up. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm not really a shopkeeper, but I guess this is where we hand over the money and I'll give you the product. So here you are.
I'll just like hand it to her like awkwardly, and like I don't really want to hand it over, but
And well, Tessie, as you reach to take the reagents and she takes the money from your hand, her being a fireborn genasi, you feel like a heat just coming off of her. Even though you're in the desert and there's already a little bit of a dry heat going on already, it's just like you feel a little heat radiating off of her hands as she takes it from you. It says, "Well, thank you. I hope this helps you in whatever you need to do. But here you are, and have a great day. Is there anything else I could help you with? Do you know what you need again to get this potion going?"
I did know. I have it written down here. It was the stomach bile of the basilisk.
Yeah.
And there was, I can't find it in my book. Yeah, the flame fern, the leaves. And there was one other thing, right? No.
Blood of the
Medusa?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like
or the one that turned them to stone.
Yeah.
Well
Okay.
done.
And
Well
the
done.
acid has to be from an alive basilisk.
Yes.
Stomach bile.
And as the voices disappear in your head, so you just told her, and she goes, exactly, that's it. I mean, this is not really the stuff I just gave you is not going to help you with that, but I mean, just I do want to remind you, time is of the essence with getting your friend back to normal. So here you go.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
All right. Well, good day. And she turns around and just like goes back to work.
I'm just gonna be like standing there awkwardly, looking around, and then kind of like kick my foot a little bit, and then I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do before everyone else gets up?
Can I see if there's any trees around?
Yeah, do a quick perception check.
That is a 17.
All right, so looking around, you see mostly, especially when you're looking off into the, if you're looking off into the east, it's sand dunes as far as the eye can see. But closer up to the ruins, the new home that you all have taken, you're kind of surrounded by a little oasis. You do see some palm trees and some not as strong looking trees. It's just little like emaciated little things just kind of popping up around near water sources.
Can I like walk around to see, like, to investigate these trees?
Yeah, sure. Majority of the trees are around the ruin, so you kind of go back to that garden, and as you walk into the garden, the sun's beginning to rise a little bit, and you see the tent, that is the giant tent tarp that's been taken from the entrance of the garden that goes all the way up, starts to move in the wind. And as you walk in, you see various trees and bushes. What are you looking for exactly?
So I'm trying to find a tree that has maybe been hit by lightning or something. Not anything too specific on type of tree, but and only like it only needs to be about a foot long and maybe an inch or two wide. Like it
Okay.
could be a branch or something.
That's what she said.
Could you do an investigation check for me, please?
Yes. The 9.
We're fine.
So
I want to somewhere.
unfortunately, looking around, there's no lightning struck or charred trees kind of sitting around there.
Okay. All right, and that is all for now.
Okay.
I'll go back to the ruin thing.
All right. In the meantime, folks, Borok, Cypher, what are you up to?
Borak
you're getting up.
awakens and he's very concerned. But he's trying to practice some letting Wawatesi have some autonomy. So he's just going to sit there like a scared parent at the table in the middle of the room, being like, "Where the fuck is she? I hope she didn't kill somebody."
The perks of not sleeping.
Yeah.
Cypher, you wake up in the hallway with your head resting up against the wall, the sandstone wall, and you're a little stiff because you fell asleep where you were watching Grjorn through the night.
Yep.
But
I do wake up normally, though.
you do wake up normally. You do wake up fine. Although you have this weird dream of being given. It's almost, it feels like it was a dream. You remember Cap coming to you
Yeah.
with a berry.
Yeah.
And giving it to you, and you, without even thinking, just popping it in your mouth.
You
Trust
not-
that little shit.
Yeah, you're not sure if it was a dream or reality, but here we are.
Hopefully that was just a dream. Wawatesi, Bo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're both here already. Great. Does anyone remember where we're supposed to go? Something about mountains. I'm not good in the morning. What do we do?
We have to go find a basilisk.
In the mountains, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
South, north, west?
Well, whatever direction back the other way we came is, I think.
Towards the mountains.
Towards the mountains.
Whichever way towards
We'll
the
just go
mountains
outside and
is.
look for mountains.
Southwest.
Honestly, I'm tired too.
Southwest.
I've been worried sick about Wawatesi here, but she's back. Did you kill anyone?
No, thank you.
Okay, that's good.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But we do have our buddy that brought us in. He's gonna take us out again. So
Oh, yes.
he's the wayfinder guy.
I know his name. And
I do
will
too.
I will tell you his name in 1 second. Real. There it is.
Real.
Okay, so we should go get Real.
His name is really important.
Is really important. She's learning puns, Bo. What is happening?
Someone's got to
I like
pick
it.
up the slack.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Grjorn's
Grjorn's
laughing
have
from
some-
beyond the grave.
Grjorn's got some competition when he
Mhm.
wakes up.
So, all right. So we're gonna go meet Real, and then we're gonna go try and find a basilisk.
You were mentioning you had a plan for that.
I did have a plan for that. I think I told everyone my plan. I think I got laughed at, but we're going to talk about it again. So, in my plan, Wawatessi, you're going to turn into one of your large beasts.
Grapple it or something,
and
right?
grapple it, yeah. And then you have the stone, so you can't get turned to
Yes.
stone. So you're going to go to the mouth,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to shove the grung poison I have
Yes.
inside of its face hole.
Yep.
And then it's going to throw up, hopefully.
And we're just going to catch it
And we're just going to catch it, and
In a
then we're going
bucket.
to kill it.
in a bucket.
We have a bunch of these
I thought you
vials.
said, and then we're gonna fuck it. And
I heard that
Is that
too, and
not
I'm like,
part of the plan?
I think that's bestiality, and it's a
not part of the
completely
plan?
different evening from what I
There
had
was talk
planned.
about grappling. I just got confused. You're right. All right.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
I
We
don't know.
don't.
I mean, you are part
called a
animal, kind
cuddle
of.
with a struggle.
Not really, but there
There can be some weird
Well.
fan art from that.
group gangbang with a basilisk.
basilisk.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Greg's got his. What are you drawing today?
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go get real.
Let's
have
go get real, and let's go get
buckets, we
fucking
have
weird with a
vials.
basilisk.
Maybe if we propose this idea, it'll be so repulsed it will throw up.
I mean, do you guys have a better plan than that?
No, I like your plan is fine.
I could turn into like a frog and jump into its mouth and strangle its uvula.
Yeah.
God, that is also very funny to imagine just
Yeah.
a frog clutching a uvula.
What do basilisks like to eat? But no, it wants to turn you to stone first. That's a bad
Oh.
idea.
I also.
But if I'm a frog, my eyes go this way, not this way. And then I could jump into its mouth.
I think this is. I
Well,
don't
to
know.
go along with your plan, I'm pretty sure I can do something cool now that I didn't know I could do, and it just kind of happened last night, and I don't think I was imagining it. So I'll try just to kind of recreate what I did, kind of wasn't when I wasn't thinking last night, and I'll just kind of extend my consciousness out to try to grab maybe like a goblet on the table, and like this kind of yellowy, sparkly hand kind of extends out of my hand and goes and picks up the goblet.
Ooh.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, I wasn't imagining it. That's concerning with Cap. Oh God. Okay, so I can do that now. I don't know how I can do that. I can do that now.
Well, that could be very useful to try to get the poison inside this
Yeah.
thing's mouth.
Maybe just like, yeah, I can shove it in with that.
I
Yeah.
could also turn into a frog, and then you can lube me up with the potion, and then
Why do you
jump
want to
into its
go
mouth.
inside this creature so much?
Why do you want us to lube you up? Why is that the phrase that you chose after the basilisk's boning
This is a
comments?
serious thing. Grjorn is stoned right now.
He is
I am willing
rolling
to
in his
put-
rocks.
I am willing to put my life on the line to go into this basilisk to get Grjorn back.
Okay, well, you know what? I think we're wasting a lot of time discussing this right now.
Oh, I thought we were walking while we were
Oh,
talking.
we can do that too. All right.
No, you're sitting in the ruin.
I was gonna say we're sitting in a ruin, talking this out.
Let's go.
Uh,
all around the nice cushioned table. Like
Yeah,
Bo's
yeah.
like leaning up, going like, "Yeah."
We're like putting things on Grjorn.
That's
Like, hold this,
basically it.
Grjorn. He's becoming
Yeah,
a coat
hold
rack.
this, Grjorn.
He's
Yeah.
becoming a coat rack.
We've moved him over beside the table so he feels included.
Have you actually agreed to do that?
No, because
No.
that's a bad thing.
We don't want to knock him over.
I'm not
I would
knocking
have
him
said
over.
whatever, but
Yeah. I
We-
mean, for flavor, yes, but if you're gonna make us roll for a check,
no, you're not gonna roll anything. Let's just
Yeah.
say
It's
He
no longer the
was
bag of
blocking the
holding; it's the
hallways.
Grjorn of holding.
Yeah,
He was
he
blocking
was
the whole.
he was blocking the hallway, so you made him into like this little like coat hanger,
yeah.
like sort of off to the side. So let's
It's
no rules
unfortunate
for that
because
one.
He's short, so that the bottom of the coats are all touching the ground.
Yeah, they're all dusty.
You're all just getting dirty.
I love it.
The most
he can't
useless
say
coat
anything.
rack
He can't say
ever.
It's killing him. I'm watching him over there.
He's taking notes so that he can ream us all when he comes back.
Pretty much.
How much consciousness do I have while I'm in stone form?
None.
Zero.
Ha.
Take that. All right, let's
get real.
we can discuss this on the way, but I think the plan is
We have
flawless.
a solid base of a plan. No, it's a solid
It's
base.
a solid base of a
We
plan.
got 3 plans.
Well, Tessie, you start contemplating what you can easily
4.
grapple a basilisk, what form that would be.
A frog.
I'm a big frog, maybe stick. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe an ape,
An ape. Maybe
a bear. Although it's hard to grapple him.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
I don't
think
know
the
what a
man-
basilisk
an
looks.
octopus, but a giant one.
Oh, constrictor snake.
Oh, constrictor snake.
Anyway, I don't know any of that.
We're rangers. We know shit about nature.
Oh, that's fair. All right. Naturally.
Literally.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, we go. We're going. We're walking.
All right. As you all kind of get together, you leave Grjorn there with the coats, and as you walk out into the sun, the conversation took about an hour, so the sun's fully up now. It's a little bit more. What was
whole
that?
hour.
That conversation took less than 5 minutes in real life. How did it take an hour in game?
We were discussing plans.
That's what
discussing plans.
That's what happens when battle turns only take seconds.
Yeah, welcome. It's a little bit higher. It's a little bit hotter in the day. You see the town's up and moving around. As you make your way into the town, you can see the skiff master. She's standing by the docks and once again just expects you, notices you coming, and then you see her wave down Rill, the air genasi, and you can see that his black hair is kind of tied up in like a ponytail half knot. He's got his leathers on and his goggles, and he's off and ready and waiting for you.
Well,
Let's go.
nice to see you again. I hear you're going to help us out.
Yes, that's no problem. I'm just curious. Where did you want to go again?
We're hoping you're going to help us out with that. We need to go find a basilisk and some flame flowers or some shit like that.
Which we assume we're gonna
flame fern.
we're gonna find kind of on the way.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And I got a spell that it's going to help us find one or possibly both of those things. So, yeah. If you can get us in the general vicinity of those items or beings, then we can kind of go from there.
Right. Yeah. That's no problem. Okay.
Well, here it's towards the mountains.
Yes. Okay. So, everyone, please jump in. Has anyone seen what a basilisk looks like before?
Kind of. In a
I
book.
saw it in a book.
It was in a book. We saw it in the book.
Oh, right. Yes.
It's like
yes.
an 8-legged kind of snaky dragon thing that turns people to stone. No big deal.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. And you can see he kind of like just taps the top of his head and goes, "I won't be needing to get anywhere near this. Would you?"
No, like within
Not
10
happening?
feet. That's it.
Oh, thank God.
We
Yeah, no.
wanted you to hold the, hold it down. But I mean, I guess if you're not up for that.
I mean, it is real the mighty, is it not?
Yeah, that's what we heard. You were
Oh,
the
no, it's just-
basilisk tamer.
It's weird. It's just sort of rail the wayfinder.
Don't worry, real. We're just messing with you. We know that you will find us the way,
And we
and
will
that
do
is all
the
we
work.
need.
Yeah. Okay.
Even
now,
though it's
everyone-
saving a bunch of your, fellow people.
Oh, yeah, of course. He
I'm
kinda
just kidding.
nervous-
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
He kind of nervously just gets up and opens up the side of the skiff for you, and it almost looks like just a large, like almost like a fishing boat with a sail on it. And he says, "All right, everybody in. It'll be about an hour or so's journey to the mountains. But yeah, let's go." You can see he looks a little exasperated for some reason, and he's a little nervous.
Real, are you all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We'll
don't-
protect you. Don't worry.
I don't think you're fine. What's wrong?
It's just a simple man who just goes and helps people find basilisks. That's it. All right. And he kind of jumps up into his little like perch that he has, and he gets ready to move the wind around. He's like, "Everyone in."
Can I tell if that's really what's bothering him, or if there's more?
Insight check.
16.
Do you have Discord open?
I always have
Ooh.
Discord open.
Whispers.
Does it mean I look at it? No, but I do have it open. I'm staring at John's puppy.
So-
God damn it.
So
Golden
So damn cute, I
labs
wanna
are
eat it.
just
It's
they
unfair.
are. Did you know that the cuteness response that you get when you just like want to squeeze something to
Wanna
death
eat it,
is because you
yeah.
don't know what to do because you don't understand the emotion, so you want to kill it.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Whispers. Oh. All right. Well, we will keep you safe. And I just kind of get on the ship and keep my eye on him.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. All right, everybody. And off we go. And you see he just like kind of moves his hands forward, and it's just a gust of wind comes, and you can see the sails unfurl and open, and you feel the lurching forward of the skiffs moving along the sand. In his little perch, it's interesting. You can see that while he does these like big gusts of wind, he also has this like little rudder that he's able to steer the skiffs around the sand here. The journey's going to take about an hour. So is there anything anyone wants to do while you're journeying on here?
Is there anywhere to go up there with him, or is it only he can fit up there?
You can see that you can at least get in the area there, and you can kind of walk around, and there's a little stairs that's getting up there for him.
Okay, I'll kind of go up just so that it's just him and I.
Yeah, and as you get up there, you notice that it's like this little, like almost, it looks like a place where a captain would be on a pirate ship, but it's a little bit smaller. He's like, "Oh, hello, Cypher. How are you?"
Well, Real, I'm good. But I can tell that you're not good, and I know that you're not being truthful, that you're just, being a wayfinder, helping people find basilisks. I can tell something's wrong.
Roll persuasion.
25. Feels so good to roll such high numbers. This is the first time in my life it's ever happened.
He kind of goes, well, ever since we found out about that little let's just say incident in the town, a lot of the wayfinders have been a little, how do I put this, a little nervous of you all being here.
Strangers.
Yeah. No offense. It's just
None taken.
I don't know how to put this in the right way, but that map that we borrow from Izuza and Azalea for so long to get to the the Cicellum Idrularis, and we think it's an omen. Why would someone with the tattoos of a genasi be someone to receive this curse for trying to take something that's clearly ours?
Well, we were never going to take it. It was always going to be a borrow. But I can definitely understand where you're coming from. That is, is it coincidence, or is it a curse kind of thing? I can tell you that when I was in those ruins with that Medusa, I felt the pull of the stone, and it wasn't it could have happened to any of us at any moment. The only reason it happened to Grjorn is because the dwarf is stubborn and he wouldn't look away. I do think it was coincidence, and if it's not, and if there is more to it, we're in a magical world. Things can happen. There are probably curses. We will find a way to rectify it and try to make sure nothing ill happens to you and your people.
It's hard for someone like you to understand, but we're just simple people. We come in and we take people to the destinations, and we worry that we've angered whoever it is that's in control of the Cicellum Idrularis, and
I don't think people as good as you could have angered anyone. I think if anyone's angered anyone, it was those two witches in the ruins. But also, don't assume that I'm not just a simple person. I am a very simple person. I might look flamboyant and I might not act simple, but I have simple roots. You know, I didn't grow up anywhere fancy. I didn't grow up anywhere big. So I understand where you're coming from.
He kind of just lets those words hang a bit, and all you hear is the wind rushing and the sand just being skied through by the skiffs. And he goes, well, I hope you're right.
And I give you my word that even if there is a curse, we will do everything we can to ensure your safety and your people's safety. The last thing we ever want as a group and as individuals is to bring harm onto others that aren't our enemies.
Right.
So,
Right.
I give you my word. Now, whatever that means to you, that's fair. But thank you for taking us on this journey and helping our friend, even if you have reservations. We appreciate it.
Well, I didn't really have a choice, but I'd rather be with you all than taking some dragon bones to the temple for the 80th time.
Fair enough. They can be a bit pompous when they're on their temple journeys.
They're all right. It's just a lot of the same path, and this is something different. Something I've never really had to do. I get to kind of go off that beaten path in a way. Maybe
Going
that's
on
what's
an
making me nervous.
adventure. It's scary the first couple times.
Of course.
Well, thank you for being honest with me, Real. And if
And-
you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up here and talking to me.
Of course.
Um.
You're in the group now.
Oh,
We're
am
on
I?
the ship.
All right. And he kind of sees the sails slowly starting to dissipate, and he goes, this is sorry. And he just, again, another big gust comes out, and he goes, we'll be there momentarily. Could you take a point of inspiration for that, Cypher, please? Thank
I
you.
would love to. And I'll just give him a
Uh,
pat on the back and head down.
Okay. Anything
Yeah.
else anybody wants to do while they're on the boat here?
Wawatessi and Cypher, I think I've defined or refined our idea a little bit. So, Cypher, I'm going to give you these the vials for the basilisk intestines or blood bile that we need. And although I'm not overly pleased about this, Wawatessi, I'm going to need you to turn me into a large, a giant, like a monkey or something like that. And with my power, and then you can turn into another powerful being of some sort. We can both grapple this thing, and then Cypher, you can make it throw up and do all the things you need to do.
Yes.
I think this is the best plan.
Does anyone have a? I know there are some spells that give you resistant to certain elements. Can anyone throw that on me before I get acid all over my body?
I got nothing.
That's
I
fair.
don't have anything for that.
I know I usually do, but I didn't take it.
Oh, and here's the grung poison that I had in my pack.
Okay. I shove all that in very easily accessible pockets.
Actually, you know what? Here is 2
Oh.
vials of poison. And here is another thing of poison to immobilize something.
Can they have two effects at once?
I have no idea. I'm just going to give you the green vial as the immobilized one, and I have 2 vials of poison
Okay, so
from snake statues of long past.
so green vial is immobilized,
That's correct.
and then grung poison is what color?
That's the grung.
Oh, it immobilizes. Which is the one that throws them up?
The 2 vials of poison from snake statues from like our first or second or third
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I can definitely do that. I also have I think we can do this.
Perfect.
All right.
We're on
And,
the water, right?
No,
we're on
you're
sand.
Sand.
On
Oh yeah.
sand,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm like, what? I thought we were on like a boat, but
You
yes.
are.
Yes, that's why I was confused.
It's a
I-
sand boat.
My brain knew that
It's
we
a
were in the
sand boat.
desert, but then my brain was like boat, water. I was having a little brain fight there myself.
It's all right. Are we all good?
I think so. Yeah. Do you guys like that plan? That's a good plan. I think it's a good plan.
I honestly think it's a great plan.
Yes.
All right. And we're gonna have to try and we're just gonna not look at it. That's all we can do. Just not look at it. So run up blindfolded,
Are there
listen for it, jump on.
Are there any large creatures that can grapple that have blind sense, so you don't have to look?
Not that I mean,
Maybe like
Not that
doesn't
I
a
know of.
constrictor snake? Do they have blind sense?
they might. That might be a good idea for you, Wawatessi.
I wasn't listening. Pardon me.
Constrictor snake. Does it have blind sense?
Oh.
Because
you
then
could-
you don't have to look at
You
it.
could turn me. I could wait on the side. You can go up to it, hold it down, and then I could run up, closing my eyes and hold on to it.
Well, I had an idea for its eyes, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we got so many ideas. I love it. We're cooking.
Yes. All right.
Cook it.
Our initial plan is a plan.
Let's
All
tell
right.
the DM everything we're planning.
We're not doing that. 'cause
because
No,
then
it's
he
fine.
will change his plan.
No, I'm not. I would
No, he
never.
wouldn't. He wouldn't.
No, I
He's
know
a
Peter wouldn't do that.
professional. He's not gonna be
All
like,
right.
now there are 3 basilisks. Oh shit, there could be more than one.
Oh,
I
fuck.
never thought of that.
Well,
Why would you say that? You just ruined us.
We'll be fine. We're
well,
fine.
we will
Look at
change
that
on the
giant
fly.
ass-
We will-
They don't
we will
travel in
change on the
packs.
fly if we need to.
Look at that giant ass smile on Peter's face.
Yeah.
They don't
We are
travel in
screwed.
packs, right? Maybe we could just immobilize one with the poison and then go after the second one.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
We're fine. We got this.
Listen.
We're all turning to stone today.
Shit.
Okay.
Regardless, I won't be turned to stone. I will come back and save you.
All right.
No pressure.
We're. I mean, we're just gonna walk into whatever we walk into. So let's
Yep.
go.
Okay.
We've planned as best as we could.
Yes.
All right. So, as you all are kind of
Oh, it's
discussing
purchase.
the next few steps, you feel the skiff come to a stop, and the wind dies down, and Rill opens up the door, and you can see that you're out by the edge of not where you were picked up. That's a little bit further southwest, but this is more along the edge of the mountains, that kind of before it dips into the bowl that is the Gagotan Barrens. And he goes, well, this is where it's been sighted before, the basilisk. I will say it does kind of prowl around here. Quite a few people have found it before. But all the best of luck, and I'll be waiting right here when you get back.
Wonderful. Could you answer a question for me, Mr. DM?
Yeah.
Would a basilisk be considered a beast?
No, it's a
It's a
monstrosity.
monstrosity. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Well, Real, be safe. Do you have like a whistle or something to call out to us if anything happens?
Yes, and he just kind of hold on. I'm gonna make Rill roll for this. Terribly does like a whistle going like.
Ooh. I meant a literal whistle, but all right.
He rolled a 3, and his performance was not really that good. So he was just like, how about and he goes up to a bell and he goes, ding, ding. It's a bell that's on the skiff. He's like, how about if there's an issue, I'll just ring that.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Sure. And
Yeah,
we'll
that
come
works.
running back.
Thank you. Okay, I will be right here. And he kind of just takes his seat and he goes, good luck.
Good luck to you too.
I pat him
mean,
on the back.
You
Thank
can
you,
come
Real.
with us if you want. I don't know if
I'm
that's
good.
safe or okay.
I think
good.
he's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right.
all right, here we are. Okay. Oh wait, why am I talking like this?
I don't know.
We're not that character anymore. Help me.
He's stuck, guys. He's stuck. He's stuck in Real. What All right. Well, I guess all three of us are pretty good trackers, so let's get to it.
Yeah.
Stepping out into the sand.
Yeah. Track.
It's
Insane.
it's sand. It's loose. You know, your feet are kind of like if you
Go,
try to
go.
run, it's a little difficult. But the closer you get to the mountains, it's a little bit more of rocky outcroppings. You can move around here. And the sun is high in the sky. What are you doing?
Wawatessi, when you read that book, did it say anything about what a basilisk likes to eat or what its prey might be?
DM Peter, did it say anything?
Roll a history check while it's see if you remember.
That is a 14.
So you remember that sorry, the question was, do you remember what it eats?
Yes.
Yeah, so you remember that it generally will hunt anything because it will just turn it to stone and eat it. But
It actually eats the stone?
yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. There's something interesting about that. Anyways, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Mostly the prey in the area is whatever it comes by. It's more of a scavenger, and it'll find whatever it can.
Okay. So it's not just like, it could be, what do they eat, like plants and stuff too, or is it just animals?
No, carnivore.
Carnivore.
Rockivore.
A rockivore. Okay. But Bo, the book said that they eat anything that they can turn to stone.
Anything they can turn to stone. Okay. Peter, would this be this constitute as desert, right? Where we're traveling?
Yes. Yep.
It is my favorite terrain, or one of them.
I knew it.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not the right kind of ranger for this.
So my proficiency bonus is doubled.
Okay.
Difficult terrain doesn't slow the group. You remain alert to danger, and we can move stealthily at a normal pace and find twice as much food. And while I'm tracking, I learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Wow. Okay. So, quickly, Bo gets a feel of his surroundings, and he starts moving around and kind of instructing you where to place your feet and how to move along the sandbanks, as you know they tend to give way if you place your foot in the wrong place. So I guess with that, like, Bo, are you leading the pack now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you gonna do here?
I want to start searching for this creature, figuring out, maybe where other types of animals that I'm aware of might commune. So, because that would be a hunting ground for a basilisk, stuff like that.
Okay.
Or, if I just see any stones that look like things standing upright in the distance, that might help too. Because I do have that perception advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, roll perception check with advantage.
All right. That is an 18, so 25.
Okay.
25.
Okay.
Oh, actually 25. It would be a 28.
Damn. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you walk around the desert, you kind of get the feeling that you need to be closer to the mountainside, the mountains that are kind of jutting up, that are kind of line the barrens. As you it takes a few minutes, but bringing everyone up to the area, you guide them safely. You start moving around. A gust of wind though picks up, and you can see off in the distance a little something being revealed by the sand being blown away.
I just had a thought. Let me go in when we find this thing. Let me go in first.
All right.
I think I can do something that would be helpful, and I don't want it to affect you guys.
Okay. DM, would a basilisk by any chance be a type of dragon or in that lineage?
No, it is not.
Okay.
They're just a monstrosity.
Okay,
There's nothing
cool.
else.
Cool. Just wanted to check.
Are ability checks different? They're different than saving throws, right?
Yes.
All right. I think we got to get closer to the mountains. So let's move that way.
Let's do it.
Stealthily.
Stress stealth.
So you move stealthily across the sand dunes, and you get closer up to the mountain, and you start moving along the edge of it. You've been moving along for about 10-15 minutes, and you once again see the wind pick up and reveal another piece of stone. This time it looks like a little bit of a figure, kind of being pushed away from the sand.
That I don't think that looks like a natural rock face or outcropping. Should go check that out.
Okay.
Bo, as you kind of lose your footing just a little bit, you slide down the dune and come into a stop right around the stone, using this stone kind of as a stopping piece. And you get down on all fours and you start moving the sand away from it. And you see that this is actually the half-eaten stone corpse of a gazelle.
Ooh, metal.
I think we're getting closer.
I mean, stone. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all right. I think we're getting closer. Let's keep our wits about us and remember our plan. Can I do another check to see if I can tell their numbers?
You guys are like multiple
What are they,
different
Tusken
sized mouths
Raiders?
eating
Yeah,
it?
go ahead.
Well, no, I can
Roll a nature check, please,
All right.
with advantage, since this is your...
Not survival. Oh,
that is a 19. No, 18.
Unfortunately, the sands move too much. There's no way to kind of keep tracks around here.
Mhm.
It's only one dead, half-eaten rock gazelle that is
Yes,
just sitting in front of you.
on the body of the gazelle, are there multiple? Obviously, there are probably multiple bite marks, but are they all of the same size, or does it look like multiple bite marks from different sized mouths?
I'll just use the same check from Bo, because he's kind of like in this area and knows a lot about it.
Oh, right.
But you can tell that the bites that were coming off, or the chunks that have been taken off of this stone gazelle, are all from one side, and they're fairly large bite marks, but it kind of gives off the identity that there's only one.
Okay. All right. Well,
You're dead.
I don't know where we have to keep moving, but I think we're on the right path. So let's keep moving towards the mountain.
I also want to just say for the record that I am not wielding my whips. I have my hands free to grab things so that I don't have to like stow a weapon and bring anything
Okay.
out. Just
Okay.
throwing that
I
out there.
do have my bow ready. Just in
Okay.
case.
You are Bo,
I am
and you
Bo.
are ready.
I am always ready.
All right. So, what's everyone doing next?
Following Bo.
Following my senses
Okay, Bo, can
towards
you
the
do
mountain.
a survival check for me?
Yes. And there's another one I have. I don't have it. Shut up.
You
Yeah,
would,
it
sorry,
is.
because it's
I would.
desert.
Okay.
He's like, I
That's better.
needed it.
Yep. 20. Dirty 20.
Okay. As you continue to find your way around the mountainous desert region, you pull everyone up a little bit more into the stone, so that you're kind of climbing now. As you get over an outcropping, you see an actual live gazelle kind of just grazing on a little bit of grass that's on the mountains there a little bit. It begins to hop away, and it seems that it's found itself in a little bit of a sinkhole, and now it's struggling. You can hear like that, and it's like kicking the sand away, it's trying to get, and all of a sudden you hear like this hissing, and you see from a cave this long 8-legged blue skinned creature with red spikes along its back and glowing blue eyes start to prowl out almost like an alligator, and just moving along as and then it just goes, the gazelle begins to start moving and screaming more and more and more, and all you hear is like a hiss, just a, and the gazelle turns around and instantaneously
I think
turn to stone.
as this is happening and it's distracted, it would be when we make our move.
I was gonna say we should use this as to our advantage.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I think this is when we would go.
Yeah.
Can I want to try to go up behind it while it's distracted with deer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get within, so that it's within 10 feet of me. So
Okay.
very close. I'll stealth up as much as I can.
And I'll have Tessie.
Everyone has
And with me.
stealth, right?
Everyone has stealth, and I would have cast Longstrider on myself before
Okay.
going into the combat.
I get an advantage because of the what's it called? Blah 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 blah. Natural Explorer. So. Blah 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 blah. Come on. You can move stealthily at a normal pace. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't have to slow down.
No, she doesn't.
But I do need you all to roll stealth with advantage, though.
With advantage?
With advantage.
Yes. Yeah, because it's
Sweet.
the preferred terrain.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, 22.
19.
Oh,
Okay.
nice, guys.
As far as you know, you are stealthed and you are moving.
As far as you
along
know,
these
that doesn't
rocks.
sound good.
Well, we're just gonna have to go with it.
You can see the basilisk with its it has its back turned to you, and it's just starting to slowly chomp down on the gazelle, and it just
As we get closer, I'll kind of signal to the Wabbatesi and Bo to kind of do your transformation once I do a thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get up within that 10 feet as long as I can. If it notices me, fuck it, I don't care. I gotta get within 10 feet of it. So that's what I do. I just stealthily try to crawl up behind it.
okay. Well, we're gonna use the same stealth check that you had there before.
Perfect.
All right. The basilisk is still chomping away at the food as you are crouched down, moving slowly in the sand. As you get closer, you find yourself within 10 feet of the basilisk. The form of it, even though it's a rather normal size, it's rather like normal height, it is long. This long beast with all these scales, and its claws and its size of its legs are enormous and almost like tree trunks in a way. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
He's a chunky
I'm
boy.
trying not to throw
He's a
weapon of
chunky
fear.
boy.
Cypher will just get 10 feet. And then she just kind of you see this kind of small glow start emanating. Her usual very vibrant, kind of yellowy magic with sparkles kind of does that, but kind of turns then into this dim, menacing shadow that casts these shadows up her face. And she becomes kind of horrifically terrifying looking for a second. And she casts Fey Presence, one of her abilities.
Uh-huh.
And I'll have it make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right.
And we shall see if it works.
All right.
This is so
DC 16.
Don't worry, because it rolled a 7.
Yes! So it is now frightened of me until the end of my next turn. So it'll have disadvantage on ability checks and disadvantage on all of the attacks against us for at least until my end of my next round. So I wanted to give him as most disadvantaged as possible on things that I can.
For sure.
And then
That's it.
Real quick, just want to say thanks for the Careful Cantrip raid, everyone. Welcome.
oh my god.
Oh, what's up?
We're trying to
Hi everybody.
we're trying to make a basilisk throw up, so let's see how that goes.
And we're
We're
gonna throw
gonna-
up in the process.
Okay, so Cypher, as you kind of move and you cast your spell, you see the distracted basilisk who's just currently chomping around. It just immediately just. And it looks around and it's just. And you can feel it, you can hear its breathing come heavier and heavier and doesn't know exactly what's going on, but it is frightened.
And I will just signal to these two, like, go time. And
I'm going to cast polymorph on Bo and turn him into a giant ape.
Let's fucking go.
And then
Okay.
and then I want to wild shape myself into a giant octopus.
Holy
yeah,
crap.
you went with the octopus idea.
So
Yeah.
as Bo immediately starts to run off the mountain and jumps into the desert, Wawatesi in this orange energy just kind of flows out from her fingertips, and you see the just hulking form of Bo just immediately just and he just comes down and just smashes onto the ground, just and this dust just rises up in front of him. Wawatesi now begins to jump, and as she begins to move her legs turn into two tentacles on one leg and a tentacle on the other leg, and you can hear the like little suction cups. And as she jumps, she just like
She jumps into Bo's arms, by the way. Sorry, we forgot to say
okay
that.
she
I'm jumping at Bo as I
Yeah.
turn into an octopus.
she jumps and her arms immediately spread out and she turns into this like tanned orange spotted octopus and lands on the side of
Ape Bo.
ape Bo, a Bo ape.
Bo
What are we
ape.
doing here?
Boip.
Bo apples.
Bo Apples.
A wimbo it. A wimbo it.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
I don't know where we are in the turn order, or if my turn's.
I think that
next.
was all surprise round, I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
all
was gonna say-
surprise. So
yeah.
roll initiative.
All right.
All
right.
Here we go.
Whew, all right. What would this be? Okay. 12.
At 14.
15.
Did we get bows? Sorry.
Yeah, 12.
And 14 and 15.
Yes.
Okay.
How does it work, Peter, if I did the thing in the surprise round at the same time that they did the thingy, polymorphy thingy, and my thing lasts until the end of my next turn? If I'm starting the round, is it at the end of my turn then, or is it
Let's
the
say
next
retroactively,
round?
it would end the next round.
So not this round, but thank you. You're a
Yeah.
kind DM. I was like, wait,
Okay.
no.
Hey, your friendly DM Peter, folks.
It's planned that way. It's okay.
You're so sweet.
And it was Wawatesi that had the 15, correct?
I had the 15 cipher.
I had
Oh, Cypher.
14.
Okay. So Cypher, beginning of the round, you're up.
Okay. I will kind of like do a little wink and nod at my animal companions, and I will kind of lunge at the basilisk and do like a flip over its back so I'm facing it. Like I'll flip, you know what I'm saying? Flipping onto its back to then be at its face.
Okay.
Flavor coolness.
Flavor flip.
Do you want to roll acrobatics?
Sure, that's high.
Sure. That's
Sure.
high.
Oh yeah, 18 on the die plus 8, so
6.
26. Thank you.
So with Cypher's satyr legs, she like they just spring off the ground and like use the back and of the basilisk and vault over it. The moment she lands in the view of the basilisk, the basilisk turns its eyes and almost like looks away in terror away from Cypher.
I said that's right, you rocky bitch, and I'll I'll just grab my vials and I'll wait. I guess I'll just hold my. Cause if its mouth isn't open, I won't risk it. But I'll have it ready that if it opens its mouth, I will throw. Oh wait, does the immobilization one? It doesn't have to be swallowed, or does it? Is it like a
It has to-
topical?
I have no idea.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. The grunts
I
didn't-
know, but
Oh,
The grunts didn't tell you. Does that have to be swallowed?
I don't think the grunts told.
Remember.
Try it topical. We have the other poisons to put inside of it. So
Okay, I will aim for its mouth, even if it's
Okay.
closed. So maybe a little bit gets up its nose or something.
Okay.
And I will throw the immobilization vial in its face and see if that does anything.
Can
And
you make an improvised ranged attack, please?
is that just plus my dex and dex and proficiency?
Yes.
So 5, 6, 7. What's our proficiency right now? +2, right? +3. So 8.
Yeah, it's +3. Yeah.
16. Yeah, I rolled an 8.
damn it. I don't like that.
No. That's just where you need it.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a 15. It's a 15, and you just got a 16. So well done. In the middle of all this movement, as you jump around, and the basilisk is looking away from you in fear. You grab the vial and you just whip it, and it just over the side of the mouth of the basilisk. And which one was this that you threw at it?
Well, I was thinking the immobilization one, so it
Immobilized.
couldn't run away or move or something.
I'm trying
It's
to
not like
find the.
I don't know if it's like, hopefully not paralysis, because we don't want its mouth to get stuck shut.
So green vial, poison, immobilized is what I had next to this, and it had Barak
Oh,
beside it.
I
so-
have it right here. Sorry. The poison creature can't move except to climb or make standing jumps. Okay.
Oh, like its movement is 0. Cool. That works.
I'm trying to think of. Oh, so yeah, no. As you throw it across it, you see just the grung immediately just go. Sorry, the grung. The basilisk go like just limp, and just like its legs, all 8 of its legs, just fall out from underneath it. It is effectively immobilized.
That's my turn, DM.
All right. Yes.
And I will just wait for my next vial.
Okay. So next up would be Wawa Tessie.
Can I hold my turn until after Bo?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want? Are you just waiting for Bo to go first and then you?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
gonna hold her action.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold
Okay.
my action till
Perfect.
he does something.
Awesome. All right. Bo, you're up.
I am going to fast pitch special Octo Tessie onto the top, like onto the head of the
Yeah, because
basilisk.
Wawa pussy just doesn't work.
No. We need art. We need art. That's a whole other kind of art.
Yeah.
How did it take you guys 27 episodes to get here?
Yeah, I know, right?
Finally.
We're doing it, Peter.
Okay.
Okay. So are you gonna make it? You're gonna have to make an improvised ranged attack then too, bud.
Yeah. Now, is it flanked? Technically?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a map for this one. This was just a little skill challenge,
All
but
right.
yes, it is flanked.
So I do have an addition to ranged weapons. Okay, I guess you'll have to tell me what the. Would my proficiency bonus go with this, or would it just be my strength?
It would just be your. Well, it's your dexterity, right? As a grade 8, though.
Right. That's what. Yeah. It does have a ranged weapon attack, but that's going to be different. You're doing improvised, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Rocks.
Of course. Appropriate for this rock fight.
That's
Monkeys
a,
throw poop.
That's a. So if it's just a dex modifier, that is a 12.
That's just a what?
If it's just a dex modifier, it's
Yeah.
12. So that's a +2.
Okay, so you.
Athletics will be +9. I could.
But ranged weapon attack is +9.
Yeah.
Is Wawatessi really being a weapon right now, or is he just trying to get
I'm trying to
the
get-
animal on the other animal?
Yeah.
It's throwing Wawatessi onto the other animal.
So
Yeah.
it's not really a. I would say it's improvised. It's not an
Improvised.
actual weapon.
Okay. All right. I was going to argue my case just because I was losing.
It's all right. So-
Trying to get the best one out of there.
Yeah.
As you go to grab Wawa, I'm not going to go down that. I was going to say another name.
Octotessi.
Octotessi.
Octotessi, and grabs it. But as you go to try and throw, like Octotessi is not used to her suckers, and just it just pops off, and she just throw her, and she gets a little bit close, but she still has to move a little bit to get to the basilisk. She's close, but not a direct hit.
And I'm gonna move with my movement. I'll move. So how far away am I? Are we on the map
You
yet?
were about like 10 feet away.
Oh,
You're not too far.
okay. Well, could I have just moved up with her and set her on it?
Yes.
You could have.
Yes, you could have.
Okay. All right. Well, that. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna move up.
And you just get right beside her. And
I just get right beside her. And
It looked cool though.
yeah, it looked cool
You're
though.
polymorphed. You're not that smart.
Yeah, I know. I'm not that smart. Okay. That was my action. So I am going to. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay.
You, I mean, a
So
giant
poor.
ape does get 2 attacks,
Oh, you do have a multi-attack.
It's a
that's right.
multi-attack. Yeah.
so you could try again.
But I used my action. The multi-attack would be
okay.
would be 1 action with 2 attack. So
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
my action was to throw.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
so
so-
how
Alright.
far away am I from the basilisk?
You're within range to at least grab onto him. If you want to move into the next, so you're 5 feet away. So you're like, if you're gonna, I don't have a map for this, but you're literally a square away from it. If you want to be on top of it, you just got to move 1 over.
Okay, so can I just like grab onto part of like one of his spiky things and like fling myself up onto his face as my
Okay.
movement?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Do you want to do acrobatics for that?
Sure. Oh, that was a nat 20.
Oh, snap.
Somehow the sand counteracted Octo Tessie, and she just like and just climbs up on top of. Are you like on the basilisk's back right now?
Face.
Face.
I want
Okay. So now you're on top of the basilisk, and it's kind of moving its head around. And is that your turn? Well,
no,
that was your movement.
that was my movement. So then for my attack, I'm going to ink cloud its face.
God. Yes!
Oh god.
I just squirted on its face.
Oh wow.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Wow.
For the record, my yay was not for those
Yeah.
jokes. It was for the idea.
Octopussy squirted on the basilisk.
And there it is.
Guys, I have to go home. And I'm worried about the fan art. Greg, stop Googling octopuses. Good
Wait.
lord.
There's enough tentacle porn
How
on
do you
the
spell that?
internet.
Yeah, I guess
H
the stuff that
E
came up.
N.
We don't need hentai. Anyways.
Anywho.
Peter left the building.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Okay,
Raising.
do your attack, Octotessie.
Octopussy. Are you freaking kidding me?
That's no nat 20.
Another one?
Is it another nat 20?
No.
It's a
No,
nat
it was a
one.
nat one.
Oh,
It doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Is it a squirt? Is this your squirt?
No, there isn't an attack for the ink cloud.
Could you read
It's
it
like a
out
fog
for us?
cloud.
It's just an ability.
It just
Yes.
says, it just says
Oh.
that it recharges after a short or long rest. There's no.
It's probably. Is it a
It's a 20-foot radius ink cloud
correct?
that
Okay. So
extends
no attack.
around the octopus if it's underwater, but it's not underwater,
This is
so
gonna
it
be
would just go right
in
into
his
its face.
Okay, folks.
Ooh.
I apologize for this description, but for the sake of being a DM, you have to describe this. As Octotessie just and gets up onto the basilisk's mouth and like covers one of its eyes and another its eyes with her tentacles. You see the basilisk start to move around, and you hear the most like disgusting like noise, and this ink starts to leak down off to the sides
Like a cracked egg, but on top
Yeah.
of the head.
like a very poorly cracked egg, like someone just you know, like, never mind. When you have like a grocery bag and something like breaks
Spills
from
in
it
it?
and it's
Yeah.
like leaking out, yeah, it just starts to leak out over its face.
Splooge.
Can you explain the viscot? No, I'm just kidding.
Inky.
oh,
You
it's-
could say it's inky. And I guess I would say the basilisk is effectively blinded.
Whoop, whoop. Blinded by what would you say?
Octopussy to the rescue.
The plan is working.
It's
Well
falling into
done.
order.
She said it. It's okay now.
God, we're so smart.
Okay, so with the grung poison, it's actually poisoned for a minute.
Oh,
so
solid.
Fuck yeah.
so right now it's gonna try and thrash a bit to shake everyone off.
It's an ability check. It's disadvantage.
Oh wow, good, because that natural 20 was fucking. That's what. I got another natural 20.
You liar! No!
Oh,
Damn
You win this one, Peter.
Chris.
You win this one.
2 crits?
It
Wow.
was 2 crits.
All right.
I think that
Did you see how
cancels the crit
excited
out.
he got though?
Yeah.
That's right. I think
Um,
she's onto something.
Yeah,
Becky
it
just
cancels
mentioned
the crit
when
if
you
you're the
double
DM.
crit. Yeah, it cancels.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's the
Anyways,
DM roll. I
Wawatessi
can't believe you
gets
didn't know
It's
that.
thrown.
in the player's handbook.
Yes, rules is written.
Page 450. It definitely exists.
Well,
Are you
Wawatessi gets what?
Wawatessi, I need you to make like an acrobatics saving throw, or dexterity saving throw.
You got this.
Definitely
Definitely got this.
18.
Okay. This is how it's going to work. As the basilisk thrashes its head around, it whips 2 tentacles off and 1 eye has been revealed. Although it's inkied and blind right now in this round. And Wawatessi, you're kind of hanging off of it for one side there.
Okay.
And that's the end of its turn.
I'm cool with that.
Woo!
All right. Cypher, you're up.
I will, with my
Sorry, did it get a turn?
Oh yeah, I guess it did. Oh wait, yeah,
It
it thrashed.
did shake. It did
Oh,
shrink.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It quivered
Oh,
under
God.
the.
Stop it. Stop it. So, Cypher will focus and again call out this kind of foreign power that she's discovered. And a little yellow sparkling hand comes out and she'll get it to grab the grung poison. And so now that's holding that. And then in her hands, she's going to hold 2 vials. Well, as many vials as she can literally hold in her hands. Like maybe 2 vials if she can grip them each in his hand. So that is what she's going to do. And she is just readying to throw her mage hand into its mouth.
Okay. So you're waiting for its.
Mouth to be open. As soon as that happens, I guess I'm holding an action for when its mouth is open, I will shove the grung poison in it.
Okay. Then you're going to hold your action then.
Yeah.
So the next step would be, it would be Wawatessi. You're going.
So I am going to. Where am I hanging? Like, so I'm hanging off of the side of it,
You're not quite sitting directly on its face. You're like
hanging off the side of its
hanging off the
face.
side of its
Like
face.
face adjacent?
So let's just say you're like a really bad toupee and you're like hanging off the side of it. You just got to.
Okay.
Oh, you're the
regain-
comb over.
Yeah.
So I am going to grapple like its neck.
Choke it
Okay.
out.
Yeah. Or like put all my tentacles around and just like try to grapple it.
Okay. So do you know how to
Thank you.
go through the grapple? I think this might be the first time you've done a grapple.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Take
so
another point of inspiration for acting that out, Becky.
I need you to open the
so you need to have at least one hand free to try and see. Yeah, so you're already on there. So I need you to make an attack roll. But add your strength modifier, okay?
Yep.
Or athletics. Well, athletic strength doesn't matter. And I'll roll 2. What is it?
12.
All right, I'll tell you what I got.
Fuck.
Remember, it has disadvantage. Oh, wait, it's the end of my turn. Never mind, it's not scared of me anymore.
You have.
Can I use advantage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you gave
Wait,
me
no, wait.
inspiration.
Oh yeah, I gave you inspiration. Go ahead, use it.
For fuck's sake. What? It's just. Wait, what am I rolling for advantage?
You just roll the d20 again.
Okay, so then I.
But you remember you have your. It's the. Are you using both? What's it called? Things, the animal. So if you're using your plus. Whatever it is.
Yeah, so and 13. It only gave me one extra.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, don't worry because I rolled a 12.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
That one just got me there.
Yeah.
So now you whip yourself around and you go around its throat and the suction cups. I can't even. My mouth is so dry right now. It's the desert, folks. And then you're just like sucked around the side of it now.
All right.
That's the end of your turn, Wawatesi. Bo, you're up.
And Apo is going to grapple and try and pull, like go inside the mouth and pull its jaws open, like one arm over the top, one arm on the bottom, and like sit back and try and just stretch that maw open.
Okay. I guess we'll do this like another grapple then.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll your strength?
Yeah. All right. Is this in athletics?
Yes, sir.
All right. That is 24.
I rolled a goddamn 3. So
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
ape Bo just like gets over on top of this basilisk, and you see that it's starting to get choked. It's starting to get choked. This is getting really sexual. It's getting choked out by the octopus Wawatesi, and you see it's like and then just as it opens its mouth up in the ink, ape Bo just grabs the side of its jaw and just pulls back, and it's trying to fight, but being choked, it's hard to kind of focus, and it's just like you open it up, and Cypher, your time.
I just launch that mage hand into its mouth, and if I'm lucky, it'll hit the uvula, and then go into its throat. So maybe I'm getting a double poison because I'm hitting the uvula, and it's gonna just shatter that vial in its throat.
Okay. And you see just the golden hand holding these vials. It had 2 vials in its hand, and it just punches into the throat. And it just punches into the throat, and you hear like a, I can't believe I have to do this noise. You hear like a
One might call it fisting. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm sorry, the audio cut out. Can you do that again?
And the hand pulls out, and you can see the basilisk being choked and held open. It was like and it just immediately
That's a good one.
lets up it just throws up all in front of you.
It's just because I feel like I'm there, like, I'm trying to think of the name of the game where you're just trying to like catch something and you're just like holding vials out trying to catch the vomit.
Dr. Mario.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I think that was like a Pokemon mini game.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
So interestingly enough, when the basilisk threw up, you can see the chunks of the gazelle that I just actually started recently eating come up, but it's actually their flesh now. They're flesh chunks.
Oh.
And then the basilisk takes out a cigarette and just I'm joking.
Hey, there's the confirmation we were looking for in chat. Did the basilisk enjoy? Yes. Yes.
So effectively, this basilisk is now trying to break free, and anyways, that's over.
Do you need a break? Is that what that is?
Never
Saying
thought
it's
I'd
safe
have-
word?
Spicy.
Did I effectively get my 4 vials worth?
I need so you take the time and you get your 4 vials worth of
Trying to catch
living
vomit midair.
basilisk bile as it keeps as it hits to the ground. You're like, okay, here we go.
Just starts running away.
Okay, no,
I'm
no.
literally imagining it like a faucet, and I'm just there trying to catch the vomit in a faucet.
It's gross. Amazing.
Because that's what was gross about this.
This was a lot, guys.
This is
Yeah.
a lot.
It was a lot.
always knew this is how this would happen, you
Yeah.
say.
So, I mean, keep in mind, the basilisk is still being restrained. Are you letting it go, or
No,
you just,
no. We're gonna destroy this now.
You're gonna kill it now?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to be really hard to kill. Don't we just maybe run away?
No.
No, oh.
He's blind and immobilized. Why is
We're
this?
just gonna beat up on it.
I mean, that's fair. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The basilisk is gonna try and break free of its grapple. So
Which one?
Yeah.
grapple number 1
All right.
from
Wawa.
Wawa Tessie. So
Oh, he
could
almost
you-
did it.
Yeah.
Can you please do me a favor and roll a strength check?
Yes. 15.
15. I rolled a 17 from there, so it's effectively not grappled anymore from you. And that would end its turn because it's still not looking too hot and it's still paralyzed. Top of the round, Cypher.
Were you doing that to escape the grapple?
Your grapple.
You and you rolled a 17?
Huh?
You rolled a 17? Is
I
that
rolled
what?
I rolled a 15 plus 3.
Oh, okay. Because
So
I
18
actually
total.
have a grapple escape thing. It's a DC 16.
Yeah, if the octopus makes a tentacle attack
Oh.
successfully, it then it
It's
has a
grapple,
chance to
yeah.
make a check, and it's a DC
So it
16.
rolled a 15 plus 3, so it would have been
It would've-
18
Yeah.
anyway. So it broke free from it.
Yep.
All right, Cypher, top of the round for you.
Is 4 vials enough?
What are you, a horse now?
I mean, all animals make these noises, man. I guess I don't know. I'm doing my best over here.
I think it's enough, right? Okay. I will then just pull out the whips, which I don't. In 5e, does it cost you anything to take them out? I don't think so. I
Usually
don't think
switching
there's
is
stowing
fine.
in 5e. Yeah, it's. I don't remember.
Well,
I-
you could take your action to put it away, essentially.
Like safely put the vials away, maybe.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
I will. If that's the case, could I, with my action and bonus action, stow the vials safely, and pull out my mage hand again and give it any empty vials I have, just in case it keeps throwing up?
I
that-
would say you stow it as an action.
Okay.
Mage hand, is that a bonus?
It's an action. I didn't know how
No.
much stowing
Then you
would
wouldn't
be
be-
if stowing is an action or a bonus action. And I think is that Pathfinder? Are we going crazy?
You
I
can
think
move
it's
it,
Pathfinder.
You can move it.
As
you can
Vic
move your
says,
mage.
whipping it out
30
is
feet.
free,
Yeah,
but
whipping it
putting
out
it
is
back
free.
in takes some time. So
Right.
yeah.
My
so-
mage hand is actually still out.
Oh, we're off the rails.
Just whipping it out there, eh, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I think I could actually just give the vials. Would it be an action to give the vials to my mage hand? Or have,
I would allow that as a bonus action, as a free
The
action.
mage hand's
in a
already
way.
open.
exactly, it's
yeah.
already out. Can I just don't know what the cost of it giving it back to it would be, so it can hold. You can use the hand to manipulate an object. So receive.
You can use the hand to go grab it from you.
No, that's all. It's all an action. So I will just take the vials and put them in a pocket safely, and then I will prepare to and I'll pull out my whips.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Wawa.
and try to fight the system.
Octatessi, you're up.
I am going to. All I can really do is try and grapple him again.
Oh wait, Hunter's Mark is bonus action.
Okay.
I'm really done now. I promise. I'm so sorry.
Make your attack there, Wawa Tessie.
Oh, I can tentacle whip this dude.
Yeah.
It's just-
As you do.
We're past the hentai phase.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so that is a 21 to hit.
21. Okay, that hits. So it's grappled again.
No, I was whipping it.
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning damage.
Now Octatessi's not playing nice, and after being thrown off, she just turns around and just whoosh, with one of her tentacles and just smacks it in its face there. The ink though now is slowly starting to drip down off of its face from
So-
being blinded.
I'm going to attack it again because I've got 2 actions. So I'm going to. I'm gonna whip it again. Well, that's another 21 on my computer.
Wow.
13 damage.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Damn, that's another good one. Just another smack across the face, and the ink is slowly dripping further and further off of the basilisk. You can start to see some of its eyes slowly, the blue glow come from underneath it. Bo, your turn.
Ape Bow is going to just start hauling off and just punching the shit out of this thing.
Oh God.
Yes.
Do I get? Is there advantage for like? Can I
Somebody
move my
peanut
way into a position where I'm flanked or like we're flanking it?
mean,
you would
We're
where
both
you are.
on
you're
top
already,
of it.
Yeah, you're on
Oh,
top.
yeah, we're on
of
top
it
of
right
it.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start closing my eyes, seeing that its eyes are coming back, and I'm going to start punching it in the stupid head.
And the stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. This poor basilisk was just trying to enjoy its life.
Well, it's not anymore. That's an 18 plus 9, so that hit.
That is.
God damn it.
And that's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
So 20 damage on the first one. 18, 26, 32 damage on the second one.
Go ahead, Bo. Finish it off.
Yeah.
Tell us what happens.
So
She's gonna fist it in the mouth
I'm
hole.
I've already got its mouth open, so I'm gonna take my bottom hand on the first attack and I'm just gonna crush its ribs, and then as it's screaming out in pain with the second attack, I'm going to reach in, grab the uvula, and just yank everything out and open onto the ground because Bo is having way too much fun in this
Ape
ape form with all this strength. And so it's everything's just destroyed.
And of course he's upset that his best friend Grjorn has been turned to stone.
That too. Yeah. Well,
sure.
we can say that. Yeah.
You
That's
see like this green. You see like this green furred, like kind of like a pale green furred ape, just immediately just. And just like smack the side of its ribs, so it kind of moves to the side, smacks the side of its ribs again, so it moves to the side and goes up into scream in pain, and you just open it up as much as you can. Wow, that phrasing. And you just reach in once again, the phrasing, and you pull out that uvula, and it's just a spray of blood goes out, and you killed this poor basilisk, folks. So congratulations, you got.
Whoop, whoop.
You just needed to get living bile from a basilisk, but you killed it.
Yeah.
After you got it. So
We didn't want it to come after us.
They wanted the
Yeah.
dead bile too.
yeah,
Am I just standing in front of it covered in blood now? 'Cause it just
you got some spray. You got some spray for sure.
nice. I'll just reach up to high five Ape Brock, and Octo Tessie.
He's excited.
We did it, guys.
We did it.
I did not expect that to go so well. That was well coordinated. Did you see what we did? Should we harvest it or just go?
I see a thumbs up.
You're so strong. You get in there and tear it apart.
Yeah, I guess Ape Bow is gonna start picking through to see if there's any scales or anything that might be of any value for us to take. I don't know.
You see like the ape Bo walk up just and just like trying to like start picking away at it.
Oh yeah.
So you
Exactly
just
it.
like you pick out some scales. you get like a handful of basilisk scales.
I'll go in with a knife, kind of pat him on the back, saying, "You're doing such a good job." And I'll go in and I'll like intricately try to like pop the eyes out and put them in a bag and pop some scales, get some blood, get some ichor, all the stuff.
Yeah, get some for me.
Get all that good stuff.
Oh, hype train.
Hype train.
We're hype train.
Hype train.
It's
Very fun hype
happening.
train.
Also, big shout out to in real life Gorilla who followed as soon as the gorilla destroyed the basilisk.
Yeah.
That's
Love
amazing.
it. Love it. Honestly, this hype train is perfectly timed for our winning.
Yeah.
I feel hyped.
So
Thank
you
you for the hype
enjoyed
train,
the
folks.
sexual
We appreciate
content.
you
Yeah.
all.
That's what they're
Noted,
telling
guys.
us.
Noted. You think we've been bad before? Just wait till the future.
Yeah. Y'all came in at the
You're,
right time.
you're encouraging this.
Yeah.
Stop encouraging the innuendos.
Can't believe I said to. I don't know. Well, I'll have to talk about that
Yeah,
later.
we're gonna have a
Therapy.
lot of dissection on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Dungeons, Dragons, and Mikes.
Okay.
Did you ever think you'd be DMing in such a special group, Peter?
Didn't think I'd have to fist a.
Okay.
All right.
not
So
okay.
now,
As a side note, I do have a hype train song if we want to play that.
What?
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it at break.
We,
We'll play it
we
at break.
level
Play it at
2.
break. We'll
We're
play it at
level
break.
3 now.
We'll play it at break.
we'll play it at break. We're good right now. Oh, thank you though, Greg.
It's a great song.
The
How much do I get?
the battlefield has calmed now. The now pulverized corpse of a basilisk sits in front of you. You managed to get 4 vials of the living bile vials from the basilisk.
What else did I get from it with the taking stuff off?
Oh, sorry. You got you're able to get a basilisk fang. Not the Harry Potter basilisk fang. It's not going to do
Okay.
the same thing. It's not going to kill a Horcrux. You'll
the
get
point.
you did also get a handful of scales as well.
Any eyes?
No basilisk guys. Those got pulverized when Oape went a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Whoops.
fair.
Oopsie daisies.
All good.
Did we want to take a quick break now so Greg could play a song and then I need to get some water anyways?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Everybody needs to grab a
Hold,
smoke.
hold
after
on, the
that.
hype train song's got to play.
I'm not going to hear it.
I know you're not. Just start dancing.
Just start dancing. It's hoedown-esque, so dance like it's a hoedown.
What is happening?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, this is it.
This is it.
I thought there would be words.
I thought there was words.
There's no words. Maybe one day we'll put words on it.
Oh, that was so lame.
That was
but
worth
I
it.
loved it.
It was so
Yeah.
cringy.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll keep it under 5 so that we keep this party alive. We'll be back in a few. Say goodbye,
Take
everyone.
a chance to go to the bathroom.
Thank you for the
Bye.
hype train. We'll
Thanks
be
for
right
the
back.
hype train.
Thank you, everybody. You rock. Bye. What's up, everybody? We are back now. That was just a very quick break. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you very much for all the follows, the hosting, the biddies, the subs, all of that. You guys are the best of the best. We
And-
appreciate all of you.
Thank you in advance for the fan art.
And for
Yeah.
sitting through the hype train song.
Is it fan art or is it porn?
I can be both.
All right, Peter, it's up to you.
Just once again, thanks for the train and also the lyrics.
Do we have to
Oh, yeah.
train during that?
You did say you were going to sing those, right?
I'm not going to sing it now, and I'm not going to
Sing it ever?
Well, I mean, I'll change the Wawa name to Octotessie. But anyways, I'm being requested to sing it. So, okay. So, how did it go? How did the music go? Because I can't hear the music.
Oh, it was just like a hoedown.
It's hoedown music.
Okay.
basically.
All right, folks. Here we go. Hype train a coming. Hype train coming. Surprise, surprise. Octotessie squirting in your eyes.
And that will forever live on. And
Clip it. Clip it.
Clip it, please.
Dear me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
golly.
Doesn't know whether to laugh or
Golly.
cry.
I don't know how to laugh or cry. But anyways, folks, the now pulverized corpse of a basilisk sits beside you. You harvest everything you can for it, and I assume you make your way back to the skiff throughout the sands.
That would be a correct assumption. Oh, we want to. Oh, I'm actually an ape until you tell me I'm not an ape, so you can decide that. But Bo Ape or Ape Bo is going to start walking towards the cave, and is going to look in the cave first.
Don't you have autonomy if you've been polymorphed? You get to decide if you want it anymore.
No, I have to be unpolymorph.
You do?
Because if you polymorph an enemy, they can't unpolymorph themselves.
It's 1 hour.
Yeah, it's an hour. So Bo Ape is gonna go to the cave just in case there might be something there that's fun. I don't know. I don't think the who knows what it's hiding in there. So.
Okay, go ahead. Roll investigation, please.
Okay, innate form.
Yep.
What we got here? Investigation would be. Oh yeah. Nope. Okay.
Oh,
No, that's good. There's nothing in it.
every time with this guy.
That's 5.
Okay, so just walking through, just taking a bone and just throwing it, going, just looking around. There's nothing other than just stones and
I'm
corpses.
functionally stupid. So
Yeah, functionally stupid. You're strong, but we love you.
Yeah.
He had a minus for that. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, -2. -2.
I am going to turn back into Wawatesi, and I'm going to follow Bo Ape into the cave.
You see, like the sprawled out Octotessi, the arms just immediately just go back there, go back into each other, and she just like turns into her elven form and walks into the cave. Roll investigation as well, please.
That is a 9.
A 9. Just so as you look around and you're trying to dodge the investigation of Bo Ape, and you're like, jeez, what? And you're just, all you see once again is just rubble of these gazelle corpses, some other animals like that are kind of half chewed through, and you can't really see what form they are, but there's just a bunch of essentially rocks.
Can I investigate the rock?
The rocks are the corpses of the animals. You can tell they're in the form of the animal, just chewed.
Is there other rocks around it?
Not from what you can see. It's just rocks.
Oh, okay. Then I will. I don't know what to do.
Say Bo Ape will just head back towards the entrance and start moving back towards the skiff.
Okay.
Can I telepathically talk to Bo and ask him what he wants to do?
Are you able to do that?
Yes.
She can talk to me. I don't think I can answer.
There's speak with animals, and then there's beast sense and stuff. Those
Oh,
spells.
right.
I don't know what they do.
But I think she has.
I have
telepathy.
speak with
Oh.
I have speak with animals and telepathy. Like
Okay.
I just have telepathy.
Is that a feat?
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a feat.
I love that feat.
And then I have speak with animals, so
Is that
I can.
new?
Yeah, when I leveled up it.
So this is your first time talking to someone's head.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Besides her own.
Don't die.
That's all you hear in your head. Just her joking.
I inhaled a piece of carrot. I'm sorry. Just it. I don't know what to say inside Bo's head.
You're saying this right now
Yes.
in his head.
What do you want to do?
And they'll just point at the door.
Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna jump on his back and ride him out.
Okay.
Yeah. I put my little hand down and King Kong her out with me.
You
My
guys
big
just start
hand.
sprinting out. I'm like, oh well, I guess we're leaving, and I'll just start sprinting after you. Like,
As the ape form of Bo keeps moving towards the skiff, you see Rill, who's leaning in his little captain's nest, and he's just eyes closed, looking up at the sun, and he hears the
oh god,
looks
Oh, God.
over, he's just ah!
it's all right. It's all right, Real, and I'll just yell after him.
Oh,
It's just Bo.
you see, Rill just sees the form of a satyr just waving, no, it's fine. And he immediately just stops.
This is a lot for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just standing there and you see his arm was on the bell as he was about to ring for help.
Oh, buddy.
You all load up onto the skiff, and the skiff noticeably creaks with Bo Ape just as he gets on. He goes, okay, we're just gonna need to make sure you sit here, and he points to the middle. He's like, we just gotta balance it out properly.
Am I able to unpolymorph
Yeah,
him?
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that when I noticing that the ship is
Taking on water.
Taking on sand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will unpolymorph him.
We're just
Oh.
dragging the boat along the sand.
I hate to say that was a lot of fun. That was great.
Could we have like the ship like noticeably jump up and everybody like off the ground as his weight changes?
So,
You definitely hear a creak as he like back into form here.
I had to say that surprisingly went a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yes.
That was pretty much flawless on our part. So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
We nailed that.
Mm.
We nailed that. Thank you for staying and not leaving.
Well, I mean, I don't really have anywhere else to go, and the skiff master Samoon told me just to stay here. So you can see, like, now from his little freak out, his hair has come out of its knot, and you can see just like the ever flowing air genasi hair just flowing about. He's like, okay, where to next?
Well, we need to still find those
A
flowers.
flame fern.
And I believe that they said it would just be around.
Yeah, I do have something that if you could take us within a 5-mile radius of where one of these things might grow, I do have a way to find one. Or 4. I think we need 4 of them.
And-
Something like that.
You need 2.
Me too. All right.
Okay.
I was just doubling, make sure.
Yeah, just
God.
make sure. Waste not, want not.
God, was that you?
Waste not, want not. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know exactly where these grow. I do. Did Scylla tell you anything when you went out?
Didn't she say that
Yeah. She
it was
said
just around? Like
they're in the forest. They were in. I think they said it was on our way somewhere here, like on our way back. If I remember.
Yeah, like, I
correctly,
remember
Peter.
it being
Yeah, I
like it
remember
didn't have to be
it
a
wasn't, Yeah,
separate-
it wasn't really like a specific place. It was kind of just
Roll a history
around.
check.
All right.
Can I do it too?
You may assist.
Roll with advantage, trying to remember what this lady said.
That is a 16.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So you remember that it stays in shaded places.
Stays in shade. Oh right, rocky
Grows in shaded
outcroppings.
places.
Rocky outcroppings.
Oh, of course.
We had to go back to those ruins or something. Anyway, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're at rocky outcroppings or in the desert. So if you could take us back to maybe those ruins that you found us in,
Yeah, where there's lots of shade.
where there's lots of shade.
He looks up at the sun and he goes, okay. By the time we get there, that's going to be nightfall a little bit. Or it's getting close to at least sundown. Sorry.
Is it safe to do the skiff at night?
Oh, yeah, it's no problem. He points to the lanterns on either side. He's like, it's fine. We could still go around there. I'm just letting you know. It might be a little interesting while
How
we're
so?
there.
Is it
There's just a little there's ghost stories.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there's rocky outcroppings where we are right now, is it not? Let me just-
And you look around and it's just clearly just sand in a mountain. That's
Okay,
it.
all right.
I'm sure we'll be fine before the sun we'll be there before the sun gets down. It's no problem. I can get us there faster. I promise. And he's like, are you all ready to go? I can
Yeah.
do this right now.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. And he just like, you see him kind of hold this like his chest and he starts muttering something. You can see the tattoos on him start to grow like this, glow this like light gray, and this big gust of air. And I need you all to make like athletics, a dexterity saving throw.
19.
Okay.
19.
Oh,
Damn.
19.
are you
Straight up,
serious?
Straight up, yeah. 12 plus 7.
Oh my god.
All of you feel this lurch, a strong lurch from the gust of wind that just starts to push this skiff through the sand, but you all seem to soldier through it, and the skiff is now flying, and you can see that Rill is just constantly berating it with like wind gusts as it keeps going further and further.
Can I look for trees while we're along the way?
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a little tough because you're moving fast, but go ahead, roll a investigation.
It's 12.
12?
Yeah.
It's a little tough to see out here right now. You're kind of whipping by the trees. But there's not, you don't really see much of a tree other than sand and rock right
Okay.
now.
Yep.
Anything else anyone wants to do during this this trip there?
I have this really cool like treasure planet visual in my head. Right
Oh,
now.
it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
fucking amazing. I want a moment to be real.
Bo
Wanna touch
leans up on
things I
the
can feel.
leans up on the rope.
Hey, you're a
I
really good
just, like,
singer. Do you,
pulled
do it, you
up.
should do it professionally.
I don't know.
We are terrible people today. I
Sing
just
Goo
want
Goo
to
Dolls.
say.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain was going. Yeah. Hi, Peter. You're
Hey,
up.
okay. Anything else other than that? Anyone else want to do anything before we get to
I
the
want to point out, if I'm quiet, you guys all step in to do the same shit that I do
Yes,
every time.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but it's more fun for us to do it instead of be the object of your
Hilarity?
no.
All right, we're going. We're in the sand. It's moving
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, folks. As the this takes about 2 hours to get out to the area where you start to see little ruins just dotting the sand and the path that you were on. If you remember, it was called the Platinum Path, and he kind of stops the skiff just near these outcroppings of ruins, and he's like, okay, once again I'll do and he goes ding ding, if there's any trouble I will be right here. I think this is probably the best spot. I can't tell you exactly where the flame ferns would grow.
That's
That's
all
all
right.
right.
We'll
I
take
got it from here. Cast locate animals or plants, and I know where it is within a 5-mile radius. If there's any one of them present.
Okay. Bo, you sit down and you kind of put your hands into the sand, and you kind of steady yourself for a second, and you start to feel like a thrum off into the distance, and you can sense that there are close to you. There is 2 flame ferns within about a 60 to 70 foot area of within the ruins. You know exactly which ruins they are in, but they're there.
I found them. I think we should all move cautiously. I don't know what these flame ferns are supposed to do, but it sounds like, they could hurt us. So,
And we never know what's in the ruins either.
that too. So let's move quickly, but carefully.
Can I be looking around at the rocks while we're walking through, please?
Of course, yeah. Roll investigation too while they're walking around looking around.
13.
And you're looking specifically for a tree again?
No, rocks.
Oh, rocks. Oh, yeah, you find there's a lot of rocks kind of around these ruins. Are you looking for a specific one?
Yes, I'm looking for a black rock that is fairly smooth. Probably like the size of the palm of your hand.
As you all are walking around to the ruins that Bo pointed out, you keep going through the piles and piles and piles of rocks, and this one's a little too gray and it's not as smooth, and you throw it. There's this one, and it's not that perfect, so you don't really find one here right now, but that means
Okay.
But this is probably a good spot where you'd be able to find it though. Okay, so Bo, you have found
Really like that.
yeah, the bow ape was great. You found the area, the ruin, the first ruin that you've come upon there. I need you though to roll a percentile, please.
Percentile?
Oh, don't like
Oh,
that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. Do you need one?
I will. I have
You got one?
41. Yeah, 41.
Okay. All right, Bo. You enter into this sunken ruin. This ruin, you can see the sandstone walls and the broken pillars all around you. This one has a lot more sand kind of piling into it, though. You're still following your sense. How long does that last, by the way? It's just like it's almost like just a ping, and that's it.
It describe instantaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah, describe voices around. You learn the direction and distance of the closest plant or creature of that kind within 5 miles if any are present. So it's just like a bing. I know where it is.
Okay. As you walk into this ruin, it kind of curves into another room, and the sand is getting a little deeper as you're walking through, and you see not into the center of the room, but pretty close. This singular flower, this fern almost with these like the little fronds that come off of it. It's red and brown, and you hear it's in the center of this empty room.
Perhaps I could use my little
Mage hand.
thing.
Or sorry, your hand. Yeah.
Just the hand that I can make. Did Syl or anyone talk about how to put it? Like, do we just take it out of the ground, or are we supposed to do anything special?
I don't know if we actually discussed that.
Okay, how big is it? Is it like the size of my hand, or like the size of a finger?
It's about the plant itself could probably fit in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Would it weigh more than 5 pounds? I think that's also.
Less.
Okay, perfect.
Well, do I have any just like empty, like maybe a little empty pouch?
What do you have on your inventory right now?
Like the basic stuff, inventory. I know I have like mesket.
While Tessie's got boots.
I haven't been using my cape thing, so because it's hot, we can put them in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any little bags that'll
just
work.
put it
So-
in my bandolier.
I'll use the mage hand and I'll kind of scoop under the plant to try to pull up a little bit of sand and dirt with it, like the root system.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just bring it over to the cape and we can gently put it in the cape. I'm worried about it in the sun because if it grows in the
I'm
shade.
worried about it burning us. I'm worried about what's in this cave. I'm
Yeah,
worried
a lot
about
of
a lot
things.
of things right now.
So let's just put it in the cape
Yeah.
and just kind of hold it like a hobo sack.
Yes, that's that. Yeah.
I'm gonna look around for more rocks.
Okay. Well, it's actually an investigation check while they're doing this. With your mage hand,
What's my what?
sorry, you're not your mage hand. What's with the hand, the floating hand? Let's just say, you're going to scoop under it and grab it, right?
Yeah, like trying to scoop under it and get some of the like roots and just pull it up gently so that
Okay.
it has a little bit of sand in the hand so that it's still a little bit in the sand and then we'll put it in the cape.
Okay. Can you? This is tough because I've never had to do this with a. Can you roll with your spell attack modifier?
Okay. I can do that. That's plus 8. 25.
Okay. Sorry, just
Okay,
checking
okay.
one thing. Okay. All right. Thank you. Fascinating.
Quite frightful. Can you do Burgess's thing? Because that's what I'm drawing right now.
Oh yes, quite. It's just frightful. Yes.
I
There you
love it. I love that.
Okay. You scoop the hand, this golden hand, into the sand, and you can see the sand starts to slowly move out of it. But within the palm of the hand, the flame fern is sitting and is resting fine.
Okay.
As though you lift the fern out of the ground, almost like taking the plug out of a sink, the sand begins to swirl and slowly fall in to a pit, and it I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
I think we were just. I was pretty. I was outside, not
we
in
were
right
away.
behind.
We
Just
were.
so you
I
know.
did mention though.
Mhm.
I know, folks. I did mention that the sand was getting a little difficult to move.
Yeah,
So
so
just
that's
dexterity
why I-
saving throw.
Okay, all
That's
right,
why I
all right.
went in late with the hand. Ooh,
So 14 for
go.
me.
It rolled and rolled and landed on a 1.
Bye,
Okay.
Becky.
Yeah, that's a
9.
14 for me.
Still a 9.
15.
15. Okay. Wawatesi, Bo, as the sand begins to pull at your legs, it's not that much of a pulling force from where you're standing there. But you do certainly feel the sand start to slowly pull into this sinking pit. Cypher, as you're quickly bringing the mage hand back, you lose your step for a second and you fall into the sand, and you are slowly starting to be pulled into the.
I
pit.
throw a net at Cypher with the rope attached to me.
Okay, can you roll a improvised?
Yeah. I have a +9 to this. So,
Okay.
so dirty 20.
Okay, so Cypher's 18 armor class, so that hits, and the net just flies over and lands on top of Cypher as they're starting to be pulled away into the pit here.
I'm trying to like pull her or like hold the rope to pull her back.
Okay. As you're holding, the sand starts to pull away further and further, revealing just more tile, sandstone tile on the ground. Wawatesi, what was your investigation? Because I know you
It was
pulled
21.
With the 21. As the sand starts to pull away, you do see a large flat stone pulled away from the sand. Do you want to try and take it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you take it. We'll see what happens. Cypher,
Mhm.
you're able to now regain your footing. Your satyr hooves just on the tile, and you're able to get up, and the mage hand is now the hand is floating by you.
I would also like to put tobacco down for the plant, please.
There's sand in places there should not be sand.
The nice thing about you being a changeling is, you can kind of fix that, probably.
You're right. Thank you for saving me.
No problem.
Oh.
I got this.
I don't need a sand bath. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a.
I got some wet wipes in
Chimmy.
the skiff.
What are those animals that use dirt for? Say, like they do.
Chinchillas?
I'm not a chinchilla.
I mean, rhinos, elephants.
Oh,
so
good point.
many
Good-
things.
so many things. Yeah, I'm going to just try to exit the room as much as I can. And
Whoa.
Okay.
What is this? What is this tile on the? Like, what is this? Is this like a temple? Is this? Sorry, Peter. I'm trying to get a visual on this. Is the sand like going down towards where the flower was into a hole, or is it just like is there a floor that's raising up? Like what is? I'm just trying to get a visual on like what's actually like. Are we in danger, or was it just this?
Right now, as the sand is pulling away from where you are,
Mhm.
it is getting like sucked into something,
Okay.
like a hole.
Right.
But you can see that the ground that pretty much where you all had stopped,
Mhm.
There's no more tile. It's just become like broken, cracked earth, and it's just going into like it's almost like a sinking sand pit.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you had disturbed it.
Right.
So
Okay. Perfect.
you beat my sand trap puzzle. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Woo!
Yay. All right. well,
Okay.
we got one down.
yeah, we'll just tie it up in the little hobo bag. We didn't kill the plant. We just uprooted it.
Yeah.
And
So are you letting the ferns? Are you letting the fronds stick out of the bag? I'm curious.
No, I want to keep
We're
it out of the
covering
sun
everything. Yeah.
because I feel like it's a shade grower, and I don't know what happens when we bring it in the sun. Maybe
Okay.
it catches things on fire. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking that it could catch things on fire.
Just
so
trying to keep it in its natural state until we can get it to
Yeah.
silt.
dark
Okay.
places.
Dark places indeed.
Darkness.
Okay.
No. Bones.
Now exiting out back into the now setting sun over the Goten Barrens. Bo, you got a ping on another one.
Mhm.
I need you to roll that percentage dice again.
Okay. 17.
17%?
17%.
Okay. Moving in to the next room, or the next ruin, sorry, that's kind of dotted throughout the horizon here. You see that it's a fairly large opening that dives down a little bit deeper. Like, it almost feels like you're going down some stairs. What immediately hits you is the stench, first of all. This is more of a stoned tile, sandstone tile room, but a lot of more collapsed walls in here. The room turns to the right, and the stench hits you first. The smell of rot, the smell of decaying flesh, and then you hear the crunching of bones. Just
Shit. I get my bow ready immediately.
okay.
Do you think it is?
It's something that's probably gonna try and kill us.
That's fair.
Yeah. We're gonna try and stealthily move more towards the thing.
Moving down the hallway a little bit closer, you hear the and you can see off into the side, the corner of the room, there's a long wall of hieroglyphics, some broken, some open, and you can see the flame fern resting by a collapsed pillar near earth. And as you move a little bit further down the hallway, on your right-hand side, you see a large, boil-ridden body, rotting. Its bones, sinew is showing off on the side. You see this hulking form of a troll.
Oh.
And it's just
Is it facing away from the flame?
its
thing?
its back is turned to the flame fern.
Okay.
And you can see it's just like going through this muck pile. And there's all these bones that it's just going through, and it's just scooping things into its mouth. Just
And how many feet are we away from the flame fruit at this point?
the map is
Oh,
the
you
map
have the
is
map up?
Sweet.
We got a map. We got a map. We got a map.
All right.
We can't-
So it's back to the flame fern.
And the
the
flame-
flame fern is in the corner?
Yep, right
Okay,
there.
Right there.
Okay. Trust me.
I could
That's what try and do that. Or does anyone have a mind magic to do to the troll?
I have lots of mind magic, but not that kind.
Okay. Try and lift the fern.
Okay.
I'll try and get the fuck out of here without
Okay.
startling that thing.
I just need to go 10 feet closer.
Okay.
15 feet closer.
I'll cover you.
Okay. And I will just continuing to stealth.
Roll a stealth check, folks.
Is this still advantage if it's the desert?
Yep, it's still desert.
Just you have advantage?
Fuck.
Or do we all have advantage, or just you?
The whole party.
We all have
The whole
advantage
party
on
does.
stealth?
The whole party
Oh,
does, yeah.
thank goodness. That's the same number. You
Fif-
roll 2 20s, Peter. I roll 2 7s.
15 for me?
13 for me.
15.
Mm. Oh, fuck.
Wait, so sorry.
What?
Cypher, what were you?
15?
The plus
15?
10, the fucking
Pass
spell.
without a trace.
Pass without a trace. I don't have it, but
Cypher, what were you? Sorry,
Fif-
Cypher was 15. Wawatessi, what were you?
I was 13.
13. And Bo?
I'm 15.
15.
I'm going to. I have inspiration. Would that be an added? Is it a reroll or is it an added d6? I forget
It's
what.
a
up to you.
reroll if you use the DM.
If I use the DM one?
It's an advantage.
Okay.
You already
Yeah.
had advantage, so it would give you third advantage?
Well, I would just reroll one more? Or no? How would that work?
I don't think you can add if you already had advantage, you can't add another advantage with this.
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I guess we're just going with 15. We got to fight the fucker, and then we got to fight the fucker.
Okay. You stealthily move up. And so far,
I only need to. I'm the only one that needs to move, and I'm just moving. I think is it here?
and you were the one that
no.
rolled what? A 15?
A 15. So I'm going to go
Okay.
here, and I think that's within 30 feet. With my mage hand, can go 30 feet.
Okay.
So and then when I'm able to, I will attempt to just send my mage hand out to do another little scoop and pull back, hoping
Okay.
he doesn't turn around.
Can you roll a
No.
a spell attack again?
No. Yeah. I want to fight a troll. That's a third 7 in a row with this dice. 15 again. What is happening? That's 4 7s in a row.
You, as you scoop up, you hear like,
Can I do something before she scoops?
oh, what is
no.
it, Bo? What is it?
I'm gonna cast silence.
Oh. In
Is
theory,
it-
he could have done it while I was stealthily
I'll
walking.
I'll allow it.
Maybe.
I'll allow it.
Okay, are you
Make sure you call it
It's-
next time.
It's
I'll
okay.
allow
No,
it.
I know. I just looked at my spell list and saw I could do it. So
It's okay. It's
He
okay.
He did technically go before you started.
Yeah.
talking.
before, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I cast silence in, so it wouldn't be able to hear anything if I cast it. Like it's a 20-foot radius, so that would be the whole room.
Would he notice that things went wild?
No, I don't think so. For the duration, no sound can be
Well,
created.
the whole
within a
this is
passive.
55 feet. This whole room.
So it's a 20-foot radius centered on a point I choose. So entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder, and the creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Yeah, so I'm going to cast it like in the middle of the room,
Okay.
and it would, so he wouldn't hear anything while he's in it, and neither would we if we're inside of it, but we can see what's going on. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, or if it's gonna fucking figure anything out, but I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the 20-foot radius. Sorry, I'm just gonna put something down here
Yep.
so I can see. I think that's 20 feet. Well, it's a square, Peter, you idiot. There. I think that covers 20, whatever. You know what it is, folks.
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything either.
Oh, did I put it in the wrong god dang layer?
On the
It's
GM
okay.
layer.
Damn it, roll 20.
Gang, darn gang layer.
Okay, anyways, it's
Yep.
up there. All right, Cypher. Your mage hand lifts up the flame fern, and little bits of sand just falls out the side of the hand there. So Bo,
Mm-hmm.
you cast silence in this area, correct?
I can't see where you're saying, but yes, right. Then basically 20 feet out. I want to make sure he's in it. So 20-foot radius.
Okay. All right. Now, Cypher, you start bringing the flame fern closer to you. You can hear just the echoing. It sounds weird for you. You're in. It sounds like there's almost like a void of silence, but every now and then you hear just still just chewing off into the distance. As the hand comes closer and closer to you, and the flame fern is now standing, hovering in front of you, in front of the hand.
And I will just back it up and put it in the other
I'll hold out the cape.
cape. Yeah, put it in the cape and try to slowly back out of here.
I'm going to use
All
a
right.
separate. I want to use a separate. I want to take off my shirt. I want to use something separate. No, I don't want to open the other one up yet. I want to use something separate, so I'm going to use my shirt as this next hobo pack.
I didn't think you were wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing a vesty shirt thing. So now I'm top naked.
Any chance to take your shirt off,
Yep.
eh?
Any chance to take my shirt off?
Classic Bo
Except for
move.
my armor.
Classic Efron.
Yeah.
Now you're boob naked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like back away slowly.
Yeah.
As you're backing away, Bo's like, hold on. And just like starts to take his shirt off.
So
And
I'm just
just-
like, what are you doing?
Just
And he-
let it happen.
Okay.
Then he puts the shirt just around the mage hand there and quietly moves on. Now, I need you all, as you begin to leave, make another stealth check.
But he's in
Another
the silence thing. He
stealth.
wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Well, I mean, if you're
Okay,
blocking it
all
off, right?
All right. Yeah.
Well, sorry, because when you pinged here, Bo.
I can't see where you're. I can't
Oh,
see.
God
this.
dang it! I'm in the wrong goddamn layer. Roll 20, get it together. When I want you to do something,
Roll
Yeah.
20.
listen to me. Were you like what? Right here? Where'd
Okay,
you pull
so if you have a radius circle, it would have been so that he's in it and we're on the outskirts of it. That would have been the yeah.
Oh.
So he's just in his own fucking la la land over here where he can't hear what's going on.
So like right around here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, everyone.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at the
That's-
first
I love it.
circle compared to the
Yeah.
second one.
Hold on. See this?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Master at roll 20, everyone.
Mhm.
Okay, now as you leave, I need you all to. Well, you're fine because the silence is still up there. How long does silence last for? It's up to 10 minutes. I would
it's-
say you're still well within the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
As you leave the temple, you can still hear the chewing just off in the distance, echoing off the walls, and you've successfully avoided a rot troll. Very
Get in the
nice.
car!
Very
Get in the
nice.
car! Start the car! Start the car!
You can hear you can see Rill like, oh, he immediately just gets up and he starts like putting his hands together. He's like, do you have it? And
Yes.
then all of a sudden you hear in the background just,
Oh,
and you can see the rot troll's hands coming outside of the ruin and pulling himself out, and he just has this like rotting, drooling face, and he starts to just roll, and you can hear the bell of the skiff, ding 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 ding.
Yeah, we're just running for
Yeah,
it.
we're going. Start the fucking car! Start the fucking car!
Ah, motherfucker!
Fly, you fools.
Yeah.
As
Fly, you fools!
the skiff starts to push you forward, as the skiff starts to move forward, I need you all to just make you can either acrobatics or strength to hold on. I need you to do something to get into the thing that's moving right now.
All right.
18?
22.
That is a. You said acrobatics or athletics?
Whatever you want to try and get into
Okay.
this.
I'm going to. No, it's a 12. Yeah, I'll pick 12.
Just gonna run and like do a flip in.
Yeah.
Okay, what was yours, Cypher?
Sorry, 18.
Well done. You just immediately just boom, springboard in, and you just land on the on the moving skiff. While with
Sir.
Tessie, what were yours?
Mine was 22.
Damn. So you
And-
just like immediately like anime jump off into the sand.
Just
the
from
sand.
standing and arms
Yeah.
back. Like,
Yeah.
fly into the.
Once
And
we
you just-
start moving as well, I'm going to fog cloud in our wake.
Okay. And what was yours, Bo?
12.
Okay.
He's
You-
just hanging on.
You nearly slip out of it, but the Rill's there to pull you back up and pull you in. And you immediately, as you get in, you just like a fog cloud just explodes from the center of the area on the skiff. As the skiff moves through, you can see the fog being trailed behind it as the wind pulls it, and then you see just bursting from the fog cloud the troll sitting in its like with green putrid skin, just drooling, and it's holding a large club, and it's just smacking the ground in the cloud, and you can see it just trying to find whatever it was, and you successfully
Is he
Get
hot
away.
though?
We did it. We
I mean, if you
did
like tall,
Take it easy.
boil-ridden, slack. No, I'm joking.
Troll Greg.
Troll Greg. Treg. So, as the skiff moves along, real does one final push, and you're moving along, and the he kind of comes down from his little perch. He's like, "What the hell was that?"
I don't know.
Bo stands there, sweaty, shirtless.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Well, you know, it was
Just glistening.
it was
in
some
the
sort of troll, but we got it. We got out of here. You know, we got what we needed, and you can take us back to the village now. That's not bad for a day's work. guys.
Not at all.
As you look down, Bo, you can smell a little bit of smoke,
Uh-oh.
and you can see who's
So
holding
hot.
the shirt.
It is dusk now, right?
Yeah, it is dusk.
Okay. I would be holding the. Well, I don't know. Actually, you were probably holding both.
I was holding I guess I was holding both. I have both. They're tied to my pack or something along those lines. I have them.
Bye bye bear cape.
You smell burning. You can see
Oh,
that
fuck.
the flame fern is slowly burning through the product that you had it in.
Both of them? Even the
Both of
wasn't
them.
one of them a
Both of
magic
them?
cape?
Fuck.
Wasn't it was a
No, it was just
No,
Oh,
it's
it
just
was
a
your
bear
regular
hide.
cape, not the
Bear
fancy
hide.
new cape we got.
no.
I just drew the picture.
I know, man. I'll kill another bear. Oh fuck.
It's just gonna have a big hole in it.
Do we
He'll
have
still wear it.
anything? Oh, is there an extra sail? Is there something we can tarp over these?
I literally have nothing with it.
Real?
Yes.
Do you have an extra sail somewhere?
Or a bucket?
A bucket?
He immediately he
For
starts
bailing
panicking.
sand?
He panicking, and he's actually gonna look. He rolled pretty well, actually. He rolled an 18. He kind of goes below this, underneath the perch there, and he pulls a bucket out. He's like, is this all right? And it's a decent sized bucket. It looks like it's more of like a trough, where you for water or something. Is this okay?
Yes.
That'll work for one. And I have traveler's clothes that I don't care about destroying that I'm going to transfer the other one into.
Okay.
In my ear. So
Please don't burn this down. It's gonna be a long walk if we burn the sails.
We have a druid. I'm sure we could water it down if we needed to.
yeah, she can.
He looks over at Wawatesi. Is that true?
Just let him believe this. It's just gonna be like.
Yes, it is.
It's fine. We got this.
Yes.
Roll persuasion.
Don't you have? Where's
roll
our magical
persuasion with
cape?
disadvantage.
For who?
You.
Me?
Wawatesi, you. Yeah.
Okay.
Ty, do you have the cape?
Nope.
That is
She's-
12.
He just goes, "Oh God!" And he gets up and starts going to the and starts pushing the air over further and further and further as he keeps to make you guys move faster. You can feel the air pushing, flying by you as he moves along.
Wawatesi, do you still have that magical cape?
No, Bo took it.
Oh, I haven't.
No, you guys took everything. So
I only took the orb.
no, I think you took the cape and the orb, and you took the bow.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I took the cape.
Yes.
I don't have it written down.
Okay. Well, anyway,
All right. I
we'll find the cape between the three of us.
we locate the cape, and if they're still burning through things, I'm gonna try putting it in the magic cape because I think Cypher would know magic items are a bit more. They have more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Durability.
Durability. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll wrap them in that cloak.
Okay. So as far as you all know, you seem to have stemmed the burning for now. You have about 3 hours time where now it's getting closer to the end to the night there. is there anything you all want to do until we get to the town, or are we just getting to the town?
How damaged is my bear cape?
Your bear cape has a little singe just at the bottom where a paw would be. It just burned a little bit
Oh,
through.
that's fine. Oh, that's good.
Your shirt, on the other hand,
Oh,
It's a little crispy.
all right. Well,
it's more like a belly top now.
Ooh, I like the
Nice.
I
crop
thought that's
top
what it was
look.
before.
It's even more of one now. It's like one of those
I guess
80s
I will have to
workout ones.
find another tunic.
It
somewhere.
just covers the nipples. It
Yeah.
still only
It
goes
just
that high.
covers. It's TOS friendly.
And what's a fucking song starts playing in the background?
Push it to the limit.
Yeah. Highway to the danger zone.
He starts playing beach volleyball with some people in
Yeah.
the background. Yeah.
Yeah. High fives and butt taps for everyone.
Yeah. Within is there anything else anyone wanted to do in that time? Sorry.
I still want to look for tree stuff.
Okay. Do an investigation.
Oh, 21.
21. You do see a crispy tree off into the distance.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to go for it. I
You're
want
gonna
the
jump
crispy
off
tree.
the moving skiff.
Yes.
What?
What? Okay, no, I'm not going to jump off. I'll be like, yell for them to stop. And then I will jump
We
off.
have to keep
when
moving.
they-
What do you mean? What do you want to do?
Actually, okay, so instead of making them stop, because I know that this is time sensitive, I will wild shape into an eagle and go over and grab part of the tree.
It's a
Do you have
whirlwind of
flying now?
emotions.
Yes, I have flying now.
Oh,
Whoop,
that
whoop.
would've been, that's good. Okay, so you like Bo, Cypher, as this skiff is flying through the sand, you just see Wawatesi just like and just turn into an eagle and fly
What
off.
the fuck?
Does she ever communicate?
No. No, she doesn't. I don't.
And you see the eagle curtsy on its way out.
It's the weirdest curtsy ever.
Yeah.
Is this her leaving? Is that a curtsy of goodbye? Is this how she leaves?
I don't know anymore.
Do we keep going?
I'm losing control.
Wawatesi,
She's a human. We can't control other humans.
Teams.
as the skiff moves away from you, you fly off into the sun setting, and you find that one crispy tree. What do you need for it?
I need a foot long by like 2 or 3 inch wide branch.
Okay. Do you have anything that you can like kind of hack off of it?
I mean, I'm an eagle.
Okay, so you just use your beak.
Yes.
Okay, roll a d20 and add your strength.
Oh, it's up. I can't find my strength for some reason. It's 0, so 7.
Okay, so you manage one pick.
You can take the attributes of the eagle.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
you're
keep
in
your
eagle
mind
Yes.
attributes, but you take the
Mhm.
physical attributes of this.
okay.
animal. When an animal-
So then it would be 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you peck and it takes a couple tries, but you're able to like you with your beak you peck off what you need required, maybe a little bit more than you would, but you're in a hurry right now.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah, so you're gonna do that and you're
Yeah.
gonna fly out there.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna fly back to either the skiff or to the ruins.
Okay. Meanwhile on the skiff, what are you two doing while she's taking off?
What the fuck?
Is it? And I'm just, Bo. Like, what? Does she worry about her own self? Like, is this
No,
a danger?
I
Like,
don't fucking know
what if she gets
anymore.
lost out there? We would lose her, and like, are we supposed to stop the skiff? Do we go back?
At this point, she is old enough to have autonomy, so
How old is Wawatis?
I think she's like 80.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
In elf years, that's like, it's not a lot. So,
I'm a firm believer that all.
like, she's older than both of us, but
Uh-huh.
but not in the brain.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I ju-
Maturity is the word.
how do
Yeah.
we I want her to go explore and do the things, but I also, if we're a group, we should be safe. And how do we convince her to tell us when she has things like this?
I've spent the better part of the last 6 months trying to explain those things to her.
Mm-hmm.
None of it's worked.
Okay, fair.
So
fair,
maybe you can
fair.
try. I mean, by all means, please help me out on this.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you think we just keep going until we catch up?
Yeah,
Is that the
at this
assumption
point,
here?
that is the assumption. Yeah.
Is there like a light on the thing so that she could see the light?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You can see the lanterns have been lit to kind of guide through. They're almost like little headlights into this the skiff here. And after what seems to be about a half hour, you see the the eagle form of Wawatesi crash into the deck, and just she reverts back to her other form, and she's like just like exasperated lane.
Welcome back.
So what
Did
was
you
that
have
about?
did you have a fun field trip?
Yes. That was very tiring. I'm sorry.
What did you do?
I needed the stick.
Why do you?
While it's still in my mouth, like
so
talking with it, like
what did you need with the stick?
It's for a thing that I have to do.
Oh, a thing you have to do.
You
Yeah.
know that there's
kind?
sticks in the town, right?
But maybe this was a special stick.
I needed a crispy stick.
See, it's a special stick.
You needed a crispy stick.
I needed
Wait, we
a
could have
crispy-
made a
We
crispy
could have
stick.
made a crispy stick.
No, this stick has been hit by lightning, and
You
I
have
needed a
lightning
very
abilities.
specific-
Oh, okay.
You
All
have
right, well,
lightning powers. You could just light a tree up on.
but that's not a natural occurrence.
I think you are a natural occurrence. Everything about you is a natural occurrence.
This whole conversation's a natural occurrence.
Well, I'm glad that you're all right. Wawatesi, I love your independence. It's wonderful. I was about to throw up with worry. Next time you're gonna go do that,
What were you gonna throw up?
like a ball? Do you think that's what satyrs do? Throw up balls? I was worried. You know the concept of worrying, right? So next time,
Yes.
do the thing, but just before you do the thing, say, "Hey, I'm about to do this thing."
But we were just moving so quickly, and I
I
didn't
know.
want to lose sight of it.
Totally fair. It would take 6 seconds to go. I'm gonna go get the thing from a tree, and then you can. That's all we need to know.
I mean, to be fair, I probably would have asked a lot of questions in the meantime. So.
Yes. He would have been able to ask the questions when you got back, knowing you will be back. I'm just asking.
Remember, I got the stick. Let's go.
You did, and it was a good crispy stick. Is it a
Crispy
foot
stick.
long?
It's a little more than a foot long crispy stick.
All right. Well,
You can see Cypher, and they're just standing there, like just tapping their hoof. Just
I'm just so worried. I'm like, oh god, she could have died. She could have missed a skiff. What if there was more rock trolls? I don't know where she was going. Yeah. Stress.
I had keen sight. I'd be good.
Rill
Now I know.
Rill just seems just focused on getting you back to the town, and in the next little bit,
It's a bit of
you
day for
arrive
him.
into the Valranza way stop, and you can tell he is just drained from the amount of air he's been pushing to get you there, and you kind of crash into the side of the skiff dock, and he's just like, "There you are. All right." Oh god. And Skiff Master Simoon comes up, and she's it seems that everything's kind of closed down for the day. There's a little bit more partying going on, and in the tavern, and she runs out from the tavern and wearing like this, almost like these like long flowing robes. She's just like, did you find it? Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
We got what we needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Scylla. And you see Scylla is in the bar, and she looks over, and she has her shot of wheatgrass and just shoots it down, and she just like slams it on the table. She's like, let's go right now. And she's like runs into her tent, her medical tent, and you can hear just the cling clang 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 of all these like pots and pans coming in and moving in, and Skiff Master Simoon moves in immediately behind her, and I'm assuming you all run in with her.
Yeah, shirtless.
Yeah. What do you? What?
Shirtless Bo rips through the cloth, and he's like, and the firelight's just rippling on his
There's sweat.
heated
You know,
chest,
he's
heated,
pretty greased
sweaty
up right
chest.
now.
What do you need from us?
Okay. I'm gonna need one of you needs to grind down the flame fern with this. She holds out Scylla's voice is not that. Scylla's voice is this. Hello.
Nice.
Hello.
Scylla goes, here you go. I need you to grind this down right now. And holds out a mortar and pestle for the flame fern. I need one of you also to boil the blood.
Wawatessi, that's all you. You just have to watch.
And lastly, I need someone to combine the ground flame fern and the acid and the blood together. I'm assuming that will be you, big boy.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, folks, we're going to go into a little bit of a skill challenge now.
Here we go.
I have to go home, so
yeah, all right.
yeah,
It's getting late.
Oh my god,
look,
thank
we
you
just
for
got
the
raided there.
raid.
Sensei Suplex.
Amazing.
Welcome. Thank you for bringing all the people. Welcome,
Sensei
everyone. This is
Suplex.
the Derpwood.
Good timing.
For everyone that that is coming in here right now, we are trying to save Grjorn, the one who's holding the pencil in his mouth, from being petrified. So now the group has gotten their living basilisk bile, their flame ferns, their Medusa blood, and now they're about to go into a
skills competition.
skill challenge of trying to make this this potion to save Grjorn from his dear petrified state, because
Demise.
there's no one with greater restoration. Oh my god, look at all these follows.
Thank you guys
folks.
so
Thank you guys so much.
You guys
Love
are
you all so much.
sweet.
Thank you. Welcome to the Derpwood.
Thank you. Well, welcome. Welcome
All
to
right.
the land of insanity
Now let's
and
And innuendo?
octopus jokes.
Yeah.
now let's get to the
Get to the challenge.
to the
That's so scared.
meat
Dice
of
be
this.
kind this day.
All right.
It's fine. It's only Grjorn's life that's in stake. At
Yeah.
stake.
Scylla is running around the hut,
How
trying to get as
petrifying.
much ready. She's prepping a fire. She's grabbing all these extra vials and tinctures, and she's like, she looks at what you have brought forward, and goes, "All right, okay. So we have enough here to make about 6 potions
Oh,
of
good.
cracked stone.
Okay.
I don't want to stress you all out, but I'm just gonna say this as plainly as possible.
Mhm.
Don't fuck this up. All right."
No pressure.
If only we had a bard here to make us do better.
Yeah, I know.
And he,
My bad.
Scylla looks back at you, and Samoon is standing, the skiff master standing like kind of by the door, and just you can see crowds gathering around outside the door and looking in. You can tell that's just all the raiders that have just come in here and are looking, watching on. Let's start the skill challenge. All right,
Everybody
who is
remember
grinding
if you
down the
have
flame fern?
spray. Yeah.
I have the flame fern.
Okay. All right. You're gonna have to. There's
Are
gonna
we
be
all
3
like close
chances.
together?
You're all close together on this table.
So
working
can
near
I cast guidance on both Bo and Cypher?
I think you can do one at a time,
It's at will.
and it lasts for 6 seconds.
It's 1
It's
minute.
concentration for 1 minute.
It's not
Not
concentration. It's visual and somatic.
I feel like it's one at a time.
It's one at a time,
It is.
and we'll be resolving this one as we go
Okay,
along.
okay.
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 So you could just cast on the next person.
So this is a big one, folks.
No, stop it.
Cypher, you have 3 chances. Start grinding. Yeah.
All right. No.
It's getting hot in here.
Body roll.
Just
get-
grinding on the mortar and pestle. That's not how you do it. That's not how you
No,
do
no,
it.
no, not like that. Not like Soka.
What did I get shortlisted
Just
for?
like.
Dry
okay,
humping
I
the
grind.
table.
What do I roll?
Okay, we need you to roll just a straight d20.
Can I like use my performance to encourage the mortal and pestle to do? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, just stay 2 straight 20.
Unless you can justify using something else for it.
Okay, I actually can. You know how bakers or people that ever like when they're whisking something together with a fork, people that have
Mhm.
done it a lot when they're whisking eggs, for example, they have a finesse to it that's really effective at whisking quickly and efficiently. Whereas
Okay.
people that have never whisked eggs, they're with like just trying to stir it and it doesn't work very well. I feel like I want to try to use acrobatics or like dexterity or something to get a good grind pattern going in the mortal and pestle, so I can just do it as efficiently as I can, as evenly as I can, like I was whisking an egg.
I will say dexterity.
Okay, so I add my dex mod,
Yes.
and I have 3 chances, or I'm doing this 3 times.
You have 3 chances.
Okay, I'll just do the first one. Oh, God. Okay, 16 plus 5, so 21. Was I
Okay.
guidanced on that one? Or, I don't, okay.
21's a good number.
It's a great number. Okay, and I have to do it again?
You have to do it 2 more times.
Okay, 21. 23.
Oh,
Okay.
That was almost
Okay.
not good.
It's cocked.
It's cocked.
Just hammer the table.
15. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, Cypher, you manage to find a rhythm, and you're grinding on the mortar and pestle, and you're moving, and then the last one you slip. And
How does DM inspiration work if I knew if I had failed or not, or? I would've
well,
used it?
yeah, that's the thing. You might have thought like maybe I
Okay.
should have used it. Maybe I
Okay,
shouldn't.
I thought 15 was enough.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So right now, I will say I'm not going to tell you the
Okay.
number, but you have lessened the outcome from that last failure.
Okay. Everyone
Okay.
use your inspirations before you know the outcome.
Okay. Yep. All
Next up, boiling the blood.
right. Oh, Tessie, you're up.
What am I boiling the blood in?
You see Silas prepared this pot, this like almost like this little like almost like a Bunsen burner in a way, right? It's like a little small vial. You had the 4 vials of the Medusa blood that she's put in there now, and she's just like she just wants you to stir it. She looks at you and says, just stir it, make sure it doesn't overboil, or else it will destroy the makeup in there.
Okay.
You can do this better because
I'm looking. Trying to figure this out. Is this like a medicine thing?
If you can justify it.
I mean, we're using it as a medicine to cure Grjorn.
Convince him.
convince him.
I'm trying to convince you to let
You're
me
doing
use
it. You're starting to believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a medicine, right? And that's something that I do well with. So I want to put all of my medicine creation into this
Okay,
task.
go ahead.
Okay. 20?
Like that 20?
No.
Okay.
Guidance yourself.
Use your inspiration if you want.
She's doing math. Be quiet.
Can I use guidance on myself?
I don't think so.
No, because I have to touch
Nope.
it.
You
touch
can't
yourself?
you can't guide
You can
yourself.
touch yourself.
Every time I think
Unless it says another creature.
Okay. And I'm trying to make it not. Get too
Well, you
hot.
can target your. It is a touch spell, so.
Yeah.
you
But
can
is
guide
it?
yourself.
What's the wording of it? Like, does it say to one like another creature, or does it say?
Well, if it's the spell guidance, it says you touch one willing creature.
You are a willing
you-
creature.
You are
Okay.
a willing creature.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I'm going to guidance myself.
Not this one. You
I
rolled
can't?
already. Do it for
Rolled
the next
already.
one.
Use your
Do you have
inspiration and roll
inspiration?
again.
Do you have inspiration?
No, I don't have inspiration
okay, fine.
anymore. I used both of them. Yes, I used one this session and one the one before.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
It was a 15.
All right. Well, with Tessie,
And
You guided yourself.
and
you
then
take
I
6 points
no,
of fire
okay.
damage.
Oh!
Everyone just silence after
Yeah.
that. Oh!
Can I use absorb elements?
Is that a reaction
Yeah, it's a
or?
reaction.
Yeah.
It's a reaction, yeah. I think you still get damage. Yeah.
Well, so the
It is a reaction. You can use it.
okay, I will use that.
So, yeah, you
I-
take 3.
Take 3. Okay. I haven't. And then I have to roll again because it was 3, right? There was 3 rolls that I had to do.
Correct.
So I had 19 plus the guidance is a D4. It's 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay. One more.
All right. Barack.
Wait, no.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
That was my 3rd roll.
That was your 3rd roll? What was your
Yes.
2nd one?
My
15.
2nd one was 15, and that's when I took the damage.
What was your 1st roll, though?
Dirty
20.
Oh, right. My bad. I'm sorry.
Come on, this is important,
It was
Peter.
20. My
20,
third roll was
15,
20. Yeah.
Okay, Bo. Now you see Scylla grabbing all the ground up flame fern, the boiled blood, and she looks at you and she has this pot brought up in front of you with some fire underneath it, and she's like, "All right, now I need you to take that acid and put it in there."
All right.
I'm going to cast guidance on Bo
Yes.
Well done.
before he touches
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Knowing that this is for the survival of Gregulus, I will dig deep into my ranger / blood hand knowledge on survival, and will this into existence, hopefully, to mix these together in the proper way, in the proper portions. And I'm hoping to use my survival, additives on this.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Plus, so is it a D4 for?
Yes,
guidance?
D4.
Okay. Right. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19 plus 7.
Oh.
So that's 26. On the first
That's
one,
a good one. That's
Mhm.
a good one.
I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll. Oh,
It
another.
lasts.
So that is 27
1 minute.
for the second one.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Oh no,
Oh no!
that is 12 on the third.
Okay. You, as you've been pouring the combination, and with Scylla helping you, you hear like a bloop, 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 and you see this bubble just, and you take 11 points of acid damage.
Oh, fuck!
Okay.
Don't forget he's naked, so add some more.
Yeah, it went onto his chest
Like
too.
Ugh.
Leaves a
Like-
little scar.
Frying chicken naked.
Mm.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah. Like,
So stupid.
I regret everything.
You Scylla now comes in and moves you all out of the way, and she has 6 vials, potion bottles open on the table, and she starts slowly pouring them into the potion jar. You see one fill up, you see another one fill up, and you see another one fill up. There's only, out of the 6, only 3 were able to be filled. So you've successfully made 3 potions of cracked stone, which means
They
you'll
want
have to
them.
make a
You're gonna have to
decision
fight.
on who.
But we're not going to have to make a decision.
Stella, one of these will work on each person. You don't need to use multiples.
One per person, yes. But I mean, we hope that we would have enough to take them all back. But you see the skiff master come in, and she says, "Well, if I may, we need to have the Dragonborn brought back at least. This is not going to look good for the Valronsa way stop. I know one's for your friends, but we need to figure out. And you can start hearing a murmuring outside the town. People saying, "But what about my son?" in the background. It's all up to you right now.
I thought a lot of those people they've been petrified for too long.
There
Yeah.
were multiple. There was more. Just to remind people, there was at least 6 that were able to be saved.
Okay.
Grjorn being one,
Right.
and the rest were too far gone. There was about 10 statues in total.
I look at Bo and Wawatesi and why don't we just give them the skiff master, the leader of these people, the 2 vials, and
Because that's
up to them to pick.
That's too
Why don't
it's
we
too
gi-
biased.
Why don't we
for
give
the
one to
individual.
Scylla and
I've-
one to the
Well, maybe they as a
Skiff
people
master.
can have a vote. It's up
I
to
was
them.
gonna say, I think the only way I think that can turn into violence. I think
That's-
the only fair way to do this is to name out of a hat.
Well, I'm not disagreeing, but tell the skiff master that. I think it's up to them. It's their people. We did this to save our friends, and anyone we save is a bonus. So we take our vial, fix our friend, and they figure out who they want next. And do it however they seem fit, whether it's from a hat or they do a roulette, whatever they deem best. I don't think it's our call.
That's fair.
We could suggest to them what we think would be better, but it's their call.
Is there anyone that well, maybe that Dragonborn's a good thing. We can tell them that it would know that we saved it, and they can bring that back to the Commandant Dynasty.
Again, that's up to them. Do we agree?
Yes, but no. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'll look at Simone and I'll kind of clutching one vial to my chest, and I'll hand them the 2 vials, and I'll say, "These are your people. It is up to you how you wish to distribute these. We are sorry we weren't able to get more. That was always the goal, but we weren't able to do it, and we're sorry. If you want to do a name out of a hat and draw randomly, that's an option. If you want to do it to a vote, if you want to just choose as a leader, these are your people, that's your call. But we don't want to have a say in that. To our people."
Skiff Master takes the 2 potions that you gave her.
I'm going to look at her and just say, remember that you can't take this lightly. And I know you won't, but don't let your bias get in the way of this, all right? Just make sure that, just make sure it's as fair as possible.
Roll persuasion
With advantage, because I was humming, maybe.
with advantage.
Okay.
There's Cypher whispering in the back.
He says,
I did a little
dejectedly,
speech.
You said persuasion?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, that's a massive.
with advantage.
Yeah, that's a massive 12.
That's a math. Oh, it's a.
That's a
Massive.
massive 12.
She just looks on, and you can see the almost the relieved look drain from her face at the sudden realization that she's going to have to make a tough decision.
I don't think the idea of drawing names out of a hat at random is a bad idea. It takes the pressure off of you. It doesn't villainize anyone. There
Or-
are going to be people that are heartbroken, and that just is what it is.
Or pick the youngest, pick the most helpful, you could do, there's so many ways you could do this.
Random is the fairest.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Not the most utilitarian.
Are you gonna be-
Simoon just looks up quietly and says, go, help your friends, help your friend. I'll deal with this in the meantime. And she steps out from from Scylla's hut, and you see this crowd. It's pretty much every genasi that's in the town here, anxiously waiting outside. And she goes, people of the Valronsa Way Stop, we've been given a gift today. We've been given a choice where we didn't have one before. We had the option to let our family members die and waste away. But now we can save some of them. Not all of them. And now I bring this to you, the people of the Valronsa Way Stop. We have a difficult decision in front of us. Do not cast the blame on these fine people here. They did everything they could, selflessly. They didn't have to make this much, but they did. And they should be commended for that. I ask you that you let them go without any hesitation, for we would not have this option if it weren't for them. And she opens up the curtain, and you see the crowd of people disperse a little bit to let your way through.
All right. Let's bring Grjorn back.
As you're walking through the crowd of people, you can hear just the silent, you can hear some whispers and the tension within the crowd, the concerned look on some people as you walk with the potion towards the sunken ruin.
Before we go, just right before, I want to turn to Scylla and just, Scylla, I know you mentioned that these people, once 7 or so days is up, they become, they die. Does that mean the Greater Restoration, even months in the future, wouldn't save them? Not right now, but we couldn't save them in the future?
Well, here's the thing. We can't heal them with this potion. This was a juvenile Medusa. But Greater Restoration might help them. And we know there's... Are you saying this is secretly between her?
Yeah, I just want to know that if Wawatesi got Greater Restoration 6 months in the future, can we come back here and save them then? Or will that be they're way too far gone? I don't know if she knows. That's why I was asking.
I don't know. It's entirely an option, but we won't know until we try. Usually, Greater Restoration on a juvenile Medusa needs to be done within 6 days. If it's an older Medusa, you're able to bring them back, but younger ones, it's difficult.
Okay.
All right.
Well, maybe we'll do our own research, and we'll see if we can ever come back and help. And I'll walk out of the tent.
All right. As you make your way to the town, you can to the ruin. You can hear Scylla and Simoon bringing the people back into the tavern to have a discussion. You race past the garden filled with all these other petrified figures, and you run into the room where the now coat hanger Grjorn is standing.
You guys sure we don't want to leave him like this?
I do want to draw a mustache on his face.
He's very helpful.
He does have a mustache.
I want to draw a phallus on his face.
Yeah, let's get some jokes. Jokey stuff in here.
Oh, does anyone have a pen or
Can
charcoal
we
or something?
weekend at Bernie's, take some pictures, and
I'm gonna climb up on his shoulders.
And I'm going to draw a phallus on his face.
Okay, we can't fuck around too much. We don't want to break him.
And now,
I'm very nimble.
And I guess we'll just apply the potion.
Yeah, we'll apply the potion.
Okay.
So wait, if this works, Wawatesi's on my shoulders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Where was the penis drawn on my face?
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Classic.
there's a lot of beard there.
Right up here, right? And the cheek where there's no beard.
Okay. All right.
How high is your beard? Is it up to like here? Up
The
to
whole
your
face.
eyes?
Whole face.
It's on his nose. The penis is on his nose.
Big nose.
So, Bo, you take the potion, the freshly brewed potion. You can feel the warmth, and just you take it out, and you just pour it onto the mouth, the frozen solid mouth of Grjorn, and it starts to pour down the sides of his mouth and kind of going down to following like the ridges of his beard. There is just a moment of silence. Now, Grjorn, for you, it almost seems like this happened in an instant. It's happened yesterday, but you start to feel like a you hear that drumming happening again, and the drumming keeps getting louder and louder. And on the outside, Bo, Wawatesi, Cypher, you start to see the stone starts to break open, and you see the green neon light poking through in areas, and the stone, instead of breaking away, it slowly starts to turn back into skin, and you can see the tattoos of Grjorn come back, and his skin turn back, his stony skin turn back into flesh, and his beard start to become hair again. And as his skin returns back to normal, you see his tattoos are all glowing a neon green in a also like with a thrumming. They're pulsating as it does. And Grjorn, you feel the stiffness of your stone form leave you, but then the immediate weight of Wawatesi on your shoulders, and Grjorn is successfully saved from petrification.
Let me out! What? Get off of it! Whoa! Because don't forget, I was raging.
Yep, you were.
Ow!
Wawatesi, make a dexterity saving throw.
We back, baby!
16.
16. You managed to dismount off of Grjorn without taking any injury.
As she dismounts, which way did you go?
So
Behind me?
I wanted to have been like sitting on your shoulders, like my feet on your shoulders, and like crouched down, so I'm not like sitting, but I was like standing, crouched down, and then jump off like a cat.
And as she does, I'm like super focused on her, and I'm gonna try to reach out and grab her because I'm just in full fight mode still.
Oh shit!
Oh God!
And then recognize it's her. And go, wow! What?
All right,
I
settle down, man.
Just
Settle down.
put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Welcome back,
Welcome
Grjorn."
what?
back.
Welcome. What?
You've been gone for 6 years.
We're all 90.
What?
I was already
Roll deception.
90.
Roll deception with advantage.
Wawatesi is gonna like throw
that's
her
really
arms around Grjorn and give him like
Dirty
the biggest
20.
hug and not let go until
Dirty
it's
20?
awkward.
Yeah.
Grjorn,
What? Yes.
you believe it, man. You
Six.
believe it.
6.
Wow.
Years.
We've been hunting down the basilisk blood and
The what?
vial that we needed to save you for 6 years.
You've
From
been
what?
Stone. You were turned to stone.
No, I was
Stone.
drunk.
No.
No.
You were turned to stone.
For 6.
No, I wasn't stoned. I was drunk.
6 years. We've done so many things since you were a really good
I had a baby.
coat hanger.
Yeah.
You had a.
Wawatesi had a baby.
I was a coat hanger.
Yep.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I think the wildest thing was the baby.
The baby.
Yeah.
It's already 6 years old.
It's roaming around here somewhere.
With a troll.
It's yours.
What's it? It's mine. What's that, Mom? I'm right there. What'd you name it?
Steve.
Junior.
That is not a strong dwarven name. Golly.
He was born with a red beard.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not my baby. That's FireClan.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's actually your rivals.
We had to team up with your rivals,
team
you
up with
see,
them.
Get
to
off
save
of me.
you from the stone. And in that time, Wawatessi and a fire dwarf fell in love.
And
baby.
also, your whole island's burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
What?
And they changed the name to Nagawa.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Nagawa.
now you're all pulling my. You're pulling my leg.
You're right. It's
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're right. Everything was a lie except it has been 6.
Okay. Wait. 6 years, but
It's been a day. It's been a
6.
day. It's been a day.
I understand
2
it's been a
days.
rough
2
day.
days.
It's
for
been
you,
2 days.
but
It's been 2 days.
it's been 2 days.
It's been 2 days. It wasn't 6 years. We were having fun.
Do I have a baby
It's
though?
been 6
You
years.
do not have a baby.
Bo was trying to
Oh.
ease it off of, but no, it's been 6 years.
It's okay.
He's trying to be kind.
But you're back. Yeah.
We missed you.
You see, if it was really 6 years,
Mhm.
he'd do that weird laugh again.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
it was maybe.
Do you,
No,
rem- do you
he-
remember that?
He only did it one time,
One
That laugh-
time.
and it was
that
at
laugh
your
is rare.
expense.
Okay, so we're still here in
No,
the
we left and
building,
came back.
But this is where I was
Yeah, you've been you've been stoned for 6 years here in this building.
with the witches.
We killed the witches, took
Yeah.
their blood, hunted down
you were
other
useless.
things to
you
fix.
got turned to stone right off the bat.
We had to
You know
get
what? That is not
potions.
true because I remember it was yesterday.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
Today? It was today.
It was 2 days ago.
This is really difficult for me to understand.
That's okay. Welcome back. We missed you.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thanks.
And we really just wanted to be holding back, but you were holding that.
I get it.
It's valuable to be holding the valuables. You know,
It is
people are
very
more likely
valuable.
to take care of you.
Yes. Wait.
Also, this is our new house. We
Is it-
decided to procure it.
Yeah, this
We
is our
lose-
new
Waiting
house.
for that.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, no.
We own this house now.
My
Yeah.
head hurts. Does
My-
anybody have any room? No.
Sweetgrass?
No, this is the wheatgrass place.
Yes.
No.
Do you want me to cast Lesser Restoration? That might heal up your headache.
I hate this.
Yeah.
In 6 years, you couldn't have moved me?
No, we're not stronger. You're very heavy. You're
I
dense.
am not that heavy.
You're a very small, strong man.
You're very dense.
At that point, I'm going to pull up my beard and show off my abs.
Yeah, I'm saying you're dense, strong and dense. If you were fatty, you wouldn't be dense. You'd be fluffy.
I feel like that's an intelligence joke.
Bo just sits back
There's
in
the
a
side.
chair
There's
and
the
just like,
side we need. Okay,
And
so
that-
who do we got to kill?
no one.
But we do
did
have
all-
the map.
We did all the work. Don't worry.
We do have that map, so we can go on that quest of yours. now.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the witches are dead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back to bed. Good night, everybody.
It is dark. I guess it's late.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
All right.
I
and
guess.
as per usual, I guess we'll end this session with everyone going to bed, unless there's something
Soothing.
else that someone wants to do here.
I want to carve down the piece of wood that I have
Okay.
into like a long rounded
Spear. Foot long.
like I want to turn it into a tube.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to do a I guess sleight of hand for that if you're whittling that stuff?
I do actually have something I wanted.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, crit!
So 24.
No problem. No problem there. You whittle that down into whatever shape you want.
So
it to.
I want to do it like into like a long, thin, round thing, and once it's all like smooth and stuff, I want to take like a piece of stick or something has been on fire and just like slowly burn a hole down the middle so that it becomes a tube.
Okay. For sure.
I don't know what she's up to,
Strong.
but I'm sleepy.
You should be well rested. Like 6 full rests.
Yeah, 6 years of sleeping.
Grjorn, as you walk into that bed, the bedroom, you see a mirror. And as you look into the mirror,
I hate you so much because I was
God
going
damn
to prestidigitation it.
you see the penis on your nose.
Expertly drawn.
Expertly drawn.
Veins
Veiny.
and hair everywhere.
Really well done.
Big
Oh.
triumphant bastard.
What kind of sorcery is this?
That's what happens after 6 years, Grjorn.
What? I hate you guys.
It must have been a weird moss coagulation on your face from all the years of.
I'm going to try to rub it
Yeah.
off. Does it rub
That's
off?
what she said.
He's really stroking that.
What happens if this is the tattoo you need to gain powers?
Oh.
It's like this. You're gonna have to
I'm
keep
just
it
saying you should
forever.
probably keep it until at least we know what if who created it.
Oh.
Just be smart. You don't want to get rid of it in case you need it.
True. I will leave it till the morning, I suppose.
Well, until we get to the ruins where you're going for your quest.
I don't. How many people will we see on the way?
At least us and maybe one other skiff master.
Oh, well.
That's only 4.
I suppose. Okay.
I love my character so much.
Okay.
I hate your character.
Cypher,
Yeah.
is there anything you wanted to do? Sorry, before we take off.
I do actually. We don't have to resolve it tonight, but if once it starts to calm down, I'm going to transform into like a very generic looking genasi that could fit in around here very easily.
Okay.
I don't have any of their clothes, so I might try to gather something just to look kind of subdued and something that they would wear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to walk into town where I assumed they said they were all gathering at the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of want to go on the outskirts of that and listen in and try to not be noticed because like I don't want them to be like, you're not from here. I just want to listen and see how it's going. And
Okay.
you don't have to resolve it now if you don't want.
We'll resolve it the next stream. But that's it, folks. That's another episode of Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice, episode 28. Thank
Holy
you all.
smokes, I'm alive again. Thank
Also,
you all.
I would have
That was a
told
good
them
one.
what I was doing. I wouldn't have just gone off and done
Okay.
I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be a hypocrite.
And yes, we are raiding, by the way. We're going to be raiding into
Legends of Azlos?
Legends of Azlos after this. But
All right.
quick few
Nice.
announcements. While we get the raid up, tomorrow we have D&D with me. We're going to be doing some magic item creations, and that's just our typical world building stream. Come in, chat. Let's have a little dialogue. Let's talk weird.
Yeah, that sounded right.
We get
That
weird.
sounded
We
right.
always
Let's
get
talk weird.
But also really thank you to everyone who rated in, who subbed, who was a part of the hype train, and just you being here and participating in chat was fantastic. We love you. We appreciate you all. I know I'm taking a lot of airtime from people, but what else is going on here for other folks here on the
Well, I
rest
got to
of the-
show off the picture, but there we go. This is the Burgess Livingston. This is as far as I got while I was stoned. He is,
Love it.
I would say,
Amazing,
like
yeah.
40% done. I
That's
will
awesome.
continue
I
and-
love his hair. The big.
You know what, Peter? I was doing this for my imagination. I have no idea what you think he looks like, but this is what's happening now. It's an artist interpretation. I will also put it in the Discord. If you haven't already done that, check us out. We'll put the link in the chat. Please, somebody put the link in the chat.
I got it.
All right. And I guess just before we get out of here, thank you for everybody. And Ty, take us out, and we'll head over to the raid. When you get into the raid, drop your oak crits, your 20 Barclays if you have them.
And thank
Or your
you.
derp-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just have a derp raid thing. You can
Yeah.
you can copy that in.
Amazing.
Great.
And thank you, everybody, for the new follows as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
We really
huge.
appreciate it. That's huge.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you for watching another episode of Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.